It's time for Pierre Governor playoff action on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports, presented by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota. Governor Athletics is brought to you by Access Health, Zander Auto Parts, AGE, Wagner Auto, Weatherall, First United Methodist Church, Fisher Rounds, and AirTag.
3rd and 16 with 5:14 to go in the third quarter. Kaiser drops back to pass, throwing against the wind. Zabel makes the catch. He's on the 35. Foot race, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Governors!
And by Barber Chemical and Barber Farm Services, Venture Communications, River Bottom Sanitation, Black Hills Federal Credit Union, Gales Gas, Cone Egg, and Rising Hope Counseling.
Growers to receive it. Christopherson to set for Crop. Off the hands. That's going to be a kill. That's a reverse sweep win for the Governors. 15-12 and set 5. Abby Crop finishes off a 17-kill day.
And by Oahe Grain, American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine Agency, Brett Spray Service, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Leisure Palace, Lariat Lanes, Faith Lutheran Church, and Oahe Electric.
The 18-yard line, handoff for Lewis, left side, cuts it back, middle of the field, 10-5, touchdown, Governors! Trey Lewis, there's your touchdown. 7:29 to go here in the fourth quarter, and the Govs are back on top, 20-14.
Governor playoff action is also brought to you by the Clubhouse Hotel and Suites, Graham Tire, Country Carpet and Flooring, Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, and Ferding Electric.
Pinos will take the snap, he'll take the knee, and for the 6th straight year, as they beat the T-Area Titans 35-20, 6 consecutive titles, tying the all-time record in South Dakota history for consecutive titles here in the state.
And now to the call of the game with the voice of the Govs, award-winning KCCR sports director, John Winkler.
One team will punch their ticket to the 11AA state championship tonight on a beautiful Friday night, much more beautiful than it was last weekend, as the Pierre Governors host the Watertown Arrows. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean as we welcome you into the 11AA state semifinal. And Blake, a rematch from back on homecoming for the Govs when they won 49-20 over Watertown. But you got to expect going in this game that Watertown's got a lot of feel, a lot of film that they watch against this Pierre team, and we're going to see a very good Watertown team. Not that they weren't good the first time we saw them, but they're a much better team than when the Pierre saw them back on week 5.
Yeah, you're right, John. A lot of physicality that we've seen on both sides of the line of scrimmage from the Watertown Arrows here since that homecoming game back in week 5, like you mentioned. They've really emphasized the line of scrimmage both on offense and on defense, and you've seen positive results because of that. They've been able to run the ball effectively. Obviously, the focal point of the offense being Juven Hudson, the all-world running back for the Watertown Arrows, and he's been able to get his. Pretty much every single game that these Arrows play, he gets his. It's a matter of keeping him in check and stopping everybody else. But like I said, the big thing that they've probably improved upon since that Week 5 matchup with Pierre is they've really gotten aggressive on the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, and you saw that last week on a game against Aberdeen that was played in Watertown that the Arrows won very handily. Final score of 42-17, I believe. So this is going to be a game we talk about it all the time. The game is always won at the line of scrimmage, and the Govs are going to have to beat a much improved Watertown Arrow team in that regard to punch their 7th straight ticket to the Dakota Dome in Vermilion for another state championship run.
Well, the weather wasn't great the first time these two teams met. So we had the half-hour lightning delay, and then we had a downpour during the middle of the third quarter. tonight we're not expecting any of that. A beautiful night for some football. The final time outdoors here in 2023. The Governors and Watertown Arrows coming up from Hollister Field. It's the 11AA semifinal. Let's hear from both coaches. We'll take a break and come back and start with Coach John Hodorf of the Watertown Arrows. Back in 3 minutes here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports as you're watching the Pierre Governor football presented by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota. Back in 3 minutes.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota is serving the Central South Dakota community and beyond with a great selection of used vehicles. Local trades and program vehicles are available. New Toyotas and new Fords are arriving and selling before they even hit the lot. So don't wait. Stop in and find out what's coming. If you've been thinking about ordering a new Ford, stop in and sit down with one of our sales specialists today. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com.
River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
At Barber Farm Service Incorporated and Barber Chemical LLC in Oneida, we are all about guaranteeing that our customers are as satisfied as they can be and improving their bottom line. Stop by or give us a call today at 605-258-2708 to see what we can do for you. Barber Farm Service Incorporated and Barber Chemical LLC for all of your agricultural needs this season.
Victory is sweet, but defeat stings. Where do you turn when things start to go badly in your life? This is Pastor Sam at Faith Lutheran Church. God loves you. He's by your side no matter what life brings. I encourage you to join us for family-friendly, encouraging worship. Whether today is a day to give thanks or to seek God's comfort, you'll find help and support at Faith Lutheran Church.
We're Faith Lutheran and we are glad you're here.
The frigid air of winter and the blistering heat of summer can really put a dent in your pocketbook. The gang at Weatherall Roofing and Insulation in Pierre say, just foam it. Saving money on your energy bills is what it's all about with Weatherall Roofing and Insulation. Let Weatherall Roofing and Insulation help you save money with their custom spray foam or blow-in fiberglass insulation. Call 224-7982 for a free estimate. And remember, just foam it.
As we welcome you back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Joining me is Coach John Hodorf of the Watertown Arrows as we get set for the 11AA semifinal later on here in just a couple minutes here tonight. And Coach, it's good talking to you again here and this Watertown team. Let's go back to last week here. You played Aberdeen Central a week after you played the Pierre Governors back on September 29th. You beat them 16-14. Last Thursday, you beat them 42-17. The first one in Aberdeen. This one was in Watertown. What was the difference, and what'd you really like from game 1 to game 2 that makes you feel pretty good about going into this week against the Pierre Governors for a second straight game?
Well, coming off the game against Pierre, we went up there, and I don't know if we were quite ready to play or what the deal was. We didn't play great. Ended up winning the game on a missed field goal from Aberdeen. The second time we played Aberdeen, we came out ready to play, played much better. Didn't make very many mistakes in that game, played well on offense, defense, and for the most part, special teams too. Still had a few errors in that game that we need to clear up to have a chance to play with Pierre, but did a pretty good job against Aberdeen the second time.
Well, and it's got to feel pretty good too when you preach all year long. You want to be playing at your best at the end of the season, and you've been able. You can really point that out on film that this Watertown team is playing better and getting at its best here at the end of the season.
Yeah, for sure. We're definitely playing better than we were at the beginning of the season. A lot of things contribute to that. Kids start to buy in when you win a few games. In the past, we didn't have a very good record going into the playoffs, so we ended up playing top-end teams right away in the beginning of the playoffs. So it was kind of nice to have a home game and get things rolling a little bit differently this year.
Well, you played Pierre back on September 22nd, and there's a nice, huge downpour during the middle of that game. Obviously, not expecting to have something like that on this Friday's game, but that was back on September 22nd. So a lot has changed for both these teams. What's been the change that maybe you've seen on film from what the Pierre Governors did back then to what they were doing this last couple of weeks?
Pierre's pretty consistent team. They do a lot of the same things. They just are really good at what they do. So it's not a thing where they're changing things. They're just getting better at what they do, and they get better every week. Still not sure whether they like to run the ball or pass the ball more, but they're really good at both. So you have to have a game plan to defend both the run and the pass, and you know that they're going to bring as much pressure defensively as they possibly can, so you have to be ready for that also.
And most teams are really one way or the other. There's there's not a whole lot of teams that are as balanced running and passing. So how do you prepare for defensively for a team that wants to do either way and will feed off of one and the other?
Oh, it's not an easy task to ever prepare for that. You just got to decide which one you feel can hurt you more. Like, we don't want to give up 50-yard plays again like we did last time against Pierre, so we may switch up some coverages, which probably is going to open up some things in the run game. And then you don't want to give up some big runs to the running back and quarterback. And then you're kind of just switching back and forth, and it turns into a little bit more of a chess-type match between an offense and defensive coordinator guessing what's going to happen the next play.
Then offensively for this Watertown team, what do you see that you want to try and exploit maybe better than what you did the first time, maybe a little bit differently than what you did the first time? What do you want to exploit from this Pierre Gunner defense to have even more success offensively?
Last time we weren't real successful offensively. We had a couple of big plays, and then we moved the ball a little bit in a few places. Other than that, we got shut down pretty good. So just coming up with a scheme that we can try to get a few first downs, move down the field, and take up some of the clock, use some run, use some pass, do those kind of things that will help us out.
This Watertown team you mentioned too, the last couple of years haven't had the best records, so you've had to play those top end teams at the beginning part of the playoffs, the first round of the playoffs. And now that you've gotten past that first round, I know people were talking, hey, it's Watertown able to get there for the first time in several years. Do you play that up a little bit more and tell the guys and let them know that you're almost playing with the house's money, or do you downplay it a little bit? How do you handle that?
It's different for each kid. You have kids who you have to downplay it a little bit and just get them to focus during practice. And there's other kids that you got to tell that, hey, this is an opportunity to actually win another playoff game. So there's different with every kid on our roster. It's not like it's probably different than Pierre being that they've won 6 in a row and that kind of thing. It's easier sell when you're here, and this is all brand new to Watertown, being in a semifinal, winning a playoff game, playing against one of the best teams in the history of the state here. That's won 6 in a row. It's a different animal for us, and it's different for each kid.
Coach, talking with Coach John Hodorf here of the Watertown Arrows, and Coach, before we wrap things up here, what's going to be the biggest key here for the Watertown Arrows to get the win and advance to the state championship next week?
Well, like we talked about, it's going to be whether we guess right defensively at times. It's also going to be possessing the ball. And it's also going to be making sure we do the best that we can to win the field position battle and try to give Pierre as long of a field as possible on special teams. Those are all big keys to the game tonight.
Well, Coach, I appreciate the time. Good luck here tonight, and looking forward to a great 11AA semifinal.
Yeah, thank you.
As Coach John Hodorf of the Watertown Arrows, back with more of the pregame show after this here in 3 minutes on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Oahe Electric delivers high-quality, low-cost electric service to their local member owners. As a Touchstone Energy cooperative, they're committed to meeting the highest standards of customer satisfaction. Oahe Electric does business with accountability, integrity, innovation, and commitment to the community. As an electric co-op, they're part of America's most trusted network of high-quality energy providers. Oahe Electric, supporting local athletics.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the capital city area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux Avenue in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your locally owned independent auto parts store, 500 West Sioux in Pierre. Go Govs! AGE Corporation's Contractors and Crane Services, proud supporter of Pierre Governor football. For almost 60 years, AGE has been building South Dakota. For all your site work, construction, and crane work needs this season, AGE is here to help. Give them a call. AGE Corporation and Crane Service, 223-2732. That's 223-2732. Proud supporter of local sports.
Your home and business are important to you, and you need quality furnace and air conditioning products and service. With a combined 50-plus years of experience, AirTech Heating and Cooling provides you with just that service. Call 945-0160 for sales, service, and installation of furnaces, air conditioning, and heat pumps. AirTech Heating and Cooling features the American Standard products. Sales, installation, and service. You want the best, and that's what you'll find at AirTech Heating and Cooling in Pierre.
Honey, isn't it amazing?
What?
The sacrifice, the dedication, the grit. I mean, they really set an example, don't they?
Oh, well, no question. Today's high school athletes are truly special.
Not the athletes.
Well, who?
The officials.
Oh.
Today's student athletes are truly special. But there's something pretty great about the men and women who officiate their games, too. Like the way they're giving back to their communities. Officiating is a terrific way to stay in shape, meet new people, and stay connected to the game you love. But the biggest reason of all? We need more qualified high school officials here in South Dakota. And without them, the rest of us would have a whole lot less to cheer about. High school games need officials. High school sports need you.
Great call, Rob!
Yeah!
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
Let Country Carpet and Flooring help you update your home or office with the latest fashion trends. With over 30 years of experience, we can help you find the right flooring or window treatments for your needs. Stop down to 414 East Sioux Avenue or call for an appointment at 224-9297 for your free consultation and estimate. Go Govs! Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. Now is the time to order your new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles. Plus, a good selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and auto body shop with trained technicians, along with a friendly financing team that'll work with you to find the best deal and one that'll fit your budget. Wagner Auto is your local full-service family-owned dealership for over 115 years. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
As we welcome back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Joining me is Coach Steve Steele here, the Pierre Governors, taking on the Watertown Arrows 11AA semifinals and a chance to get back to the Dakota Dome again. But all-important semifinal match, Watertown with their win last week. What did you see from that win? Because you got a chance to watch a little bit of it against Aberdeen Central. What did you see from Watertown?
I saw a very physical offensive and defensive line. I think that was kind of the story of the game. Their defense played incredible. I think they really shut down Aberdeen's run game, forced them to pass, which they're not comfortable to do. And, once that kind of happened, the game was pretty much swung in their favor. Offensively, they were kind of slow starting. They had a couple big special teams plays to kind of get that momentum going their way. And then their O-line really just kind of grinded out, and overtook as the game went on, overtook Aberdeen's line. And, by the end of the game, they were dominating.
You guys played them on homecoming night back in the middle portion, the early middle portion of the season. What what do you see differently from that game and then what you saw from last Thursday?
Yeah, in a lot of ways they're sharper. I don't know that they've changed a ton of things. Just like anybody, they've got a couple different things that are in package-wise. But it's still the same basic concepts that you saw back then, the same basic defense and structure and coverages that you saw back then. Just everything's just done a little bit better now.
On film for you guys from that game and moving forward, when you're kind of breaking down yourself, what do you think that has changed the most about the Pierre Governors or improved the most about the Pierre Governors?
Yeah, I think we're becoming a complete team more and more every week. I think, again, we've talked about it a couple times the last few weeks of, all phases of the game have shined for us at different moments. And, this is a great opportunity. We're getting to that point where you want all three of them to shine at the same moment. And I think our defense has played very well. Our special teams has been lethal in certain situations, and our offense has done a good job of continuing to evolve. And we've got a lot of different weapons, and it's kind of a whose game is it type offense. So I think that's been the really cool thing to see in the growth of our team over the season is all facets of the game coming together and getting better.
Obviously, you would not say that the difference in one day of playing is going to be a difference in a win or a loss. But the fact that Watertown had that game on Thursday, you guys played Friday. What advantage does Watertown have? What do you need to do to not let that be an advantage for Watertown having that extra day of rest and preparation?
Yeah, I don't really think it's an advantage. I think it's kind of irrelevant. It's one of those things. Their bodies might get one extra day off, but at the same point in time, you've got such a long period of time. You've still got a full week. It's not like we were shorted a day and they had an extra day. They just got a bonus day, and we've got the same amount of time as we would normally have week to week. So it doesn't really change anything. I don't think anyone's really super concerned about it.
Obviously Watertown going into the season was one to stop the run, to try and to beat Watertown with Juven Hudson, their running back. What do you guys need to do to make sure that he stays shut down here tonight?
Yeah, I think we did a pretty good job of that last time. So we've got to play very similarly. We've got some guys in different positions defensively than we did then. Not so much from the last few weeks, just from the first time we played them. That'll be an interesting change just to see how effective the guys in the places are right now. And I think their passing game has gotten a little bit better over the course of the season. I think their run game's still kind of the same, and it's still, you've got to bottle him up. If he escapes, he's gone. But their passing game, I think, has evolved a little bit. They got a couple good guys that are out there, and they got a fullback that they really use well in the passing game too.
For you guys offensively, what do you need to do to make sure you continue to move the ball against that Watertown Arrow defense?
They've got a really good nose guard. The Hawk Hatch kid is really, really good up front. He's a big, strong kid. He's athletic. We've got to make sure that we get him blocked, and we've got to get to their linebackers. I think that's a thing that they do very well, is they use him to really protect those linebackers, to get them free to the football, and then he's very good at getting off blockers and getting to the football too. So I think running the ball, that's going to be a huge thing for us, is to be able to block him and get to the linebackers. And then, being able to throw the ball is going to be another important deal. We feel like we'll have some success with it as long as we've got time to throw.
Over this run of now, hopefully getting to your 7th straight state championship game, you've been at home in the state semifinals all but maybe 1 year of this run so far. After last week in a limited crowd with the way the weather was and how it all just shook out, that the crowd wasn't as good as what a Pierre Governor crowd usually is. But how exciting is it to have, looking like a nice night tonight, have an opportunity to have a big crowd in the state semifinals for one more game at Hollister Field?
Yeah, it's the exact environment you want. It should be a beautiful night weather-wise. Our stands will be packed. They haven't been in this position in 10 years, Watertown, so theirs are going to be packed. And this, for us, this is senior night. I know we had senior recognition a few weeks ago, but this is senior night. This is the last game these seniors are going to play on Hollister Field. So, every year this is that game that we want to win for them. And then, obviously we get to the big one. But, it should be a great environment tonight, and hopefully we come out on top.
Well, what's going to be the biggest reason here for the Governors to get a win over Watertown tonight?
Yeah, the line of scrimmage. If we can win the line of scrimmage, we'll be playing again next week. If we don't win the line of scrimmage, it's going to be a tight one, and anything can happen. So we just got to win that one up front.
Well, Coach, I appreciate your time as always. Good luck tonight, and talk to you in the postgame.
Thanks, John.
Back with more of the pregame show next year in 3 minutes on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At Black Hills Federal Credit Union, our top priority is providing value to our members. Since 1941, we have helped our neighbors buy homes and vehicles, finance their farms and ranches, insure their assets, and retire comfortably. From Custer to Sioux Falls, we live and work in our communities, and we treat our members like family. Visit bhfcu.com to learn more about how you can join. BHFCU is member-owned, not-for-profit, and federally insured by NCUA.
Awahi Grain in Oneida has been doing business with you, the producer, since 1954. They're one of the largest privately owned elevators in central South Dakota. Their friendly and knowledgeable team of employees is there for you. With 220-foot truck scales and 5 dump pits, they're sure to get you back to the farm quickly. They also have a 110-car shuttle loading facility and have 2 grain dryers to help serve you in all your grain handling needs. Call Awahi Grain Corporation in Oneida at 258-2811 or check them out at awahigraincorp.com. Grain is their middle name.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in South Dakota, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
VentureFiberNow.com is back in 2020 to serve rural Hughes County with fiber Wi-Fi to your home. If you live in rural Hughes County and were not included in the Fiber to the Home project last year, here is your chance. VentureFiberNow.com is back and ready to connect you to fiber to receive high-speed Wi-Fi internet. It is simple to sign up. Go to VentureFiberNow.com and put in your zip code and address and choose your internet package. This gets the ball rolling and you'll be able to take the first step in getting connected to the fastest internet there is with VentureFiberNow.com.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
Koenig of Oneida, Pierre, and Winter has provided our services to growers of South Dakota for over 50 years. We focus on providing our customers with the products, services, and attention to detail that each farmer needs to succeed. For your individual needs of custom spraying, liquid or dry fertilizer, chemical, soil sampling, seed sales, and treating, stop in and see us at Koenig with offices located in Oneida, Pierre, and Winter.
Lariat Lanes in Pierre is the best place for great family activities. Bring the kids and friends for bumper bowling, twilight bowling, and a pot of gold. For great family fun, head over to Lariat Lanes. For more information, call Lariat Lanes at 224-1020 or stop by 108 North Garfield in Pierre. That's 224-1020 or stop by 108 North Garfield in Pierre. Lariat Lanes, a proud sponsor of Governor Sports.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
As we welcome you back here, we are getting set for a kickoff between the Pierre Governors and the Watertown Arrows for the 11AA semifinals. The starting lineups are being announced. So let's first start with the starting lineups for the Watertown Arrows. We'll start with their defense first. Their 3-4 set. Their defensive line, Jaden Lambert, the defense end, along with Caden Boucham, the other defensive end, 6'1 and 6'4 respectively. And Micah Hack, their nose guard, right in the middle of that offense line, 6'5", 280. He is one of their best players. Spencer Wenches is one of the outside linebackers. He stands at 6 feet. He's 215 pounds. Other outside linebackers, Simon Hendricks, 5'10", 170-pound linebacker. Austin Johnson and Caden Decker, the two inside linebackers. The strong safety is Peyton Busker, and the free safety is Jeremiah Schulte. And then Shea Coltrane and Owen Sparks are the two cornerbacks for the Watertown Arrows. For the offensive side, an offensive line from left to right, Micah Hawk is the left tackle. Left guard is Caden Boucham. Landon Perry is the center. Jane Lambert, the right guard, and the right tackle is Carter Ingalls. The three receivers said that they have is Cohen Crayons, Mitch Olson, and Marcus Pitkin. The running back, of course, is Juven Hudson, as Blake Dean was talking about him earlier before he took our first break in the pregame show. And then Trayton Hemrick is the quarterback for the Watertown Arrows, who went 9 of 19 the last time these two teams played. For the Pierre Governors, their starting defense, that defensive line, the defensive front is Elijah Bucci and Evan Anderson, the two defensive tackles, and the nose tackle is Austin Langdo. The two outside linebackers, Titan Winkler and Grayson Schetzel, both seniors. Lucas Chamberlain and Chance Sarr, the two middle linebackers, those both are seniors as well. Trey Lewis, Spencer Easlin, the safety, strong safety and free safety, another two seniors in the starting bunch. Spencer Shawsbury, the starting cornerback, as a senior, and the other junior, Carson Stosher, the other cornerback, just two juniors, and the 9 starting seniors on the defensive side. On the offensive side, the offensive line, starting with the tackle, Ty Michael, along with Lucas Coleman, Matthew Burr. The center is Zayden Rounds, and the nub guard, Jacob Mikkinen. The two receivers that they have starting, George Stalley and Tyan Bust. Stalley, the junior, Bust, the senior. Cooper Twilliger, and Jed Zabel, the starting tight ends. Twilliger, the freshman, Zabel, the senior. Brock Mosier, the starting running back, and it will be Cade Kaiser, that quarterback, who threw for 351 yards against Watertown the first time these two teams met back in middle of September during homecoming for the Governors with the 49-20 win. You are listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station, with Jen Hanna back at the station, John Wickler alongside Blake Dean as we're set and getting set as the referee right now is getting ready for the coin toss, as we'll see exactly who will get the ball. If it is the Arrows that win the toss, but it is Pierre that wins the toss, they like to take the ball, they will take the ball. We mentioned, we were talking about this, Blake, before we even got on the air, that if you're Watertown, you want to win the toss, you want to take the football, because you can then control this first quarter on how you want to run the football, but now they got to find a way to stop the Governor offense.
Yeah, and that's probably the biggest, the coin flip. We always talk about it, John, to start football games when the Govs play. You always want to start out winning the coin flip if you are the opposing side of the Pierre Governors, because you can dictate how the game plays out from there. But Pierre wins the toss here, and they get a chance to possess the ball first. If they do score and take a 7-0 lead, then that doesn't necessarily mean that Watertown has to go to the air right away. They can still run their first drive on the ground on the back of Juven Hudson, the running back. But if it gets out of hand early, that might force the hand or the ball into the hands of Trayton Hemrick, the Watertown quarterback, who last time these two teams played was 9 of 19 for 139 yards. So an interesting, I guess, a positive outcome for the Governors as far as the opening coin toss goes, and we'll see if they can cash in on that.
So the Governors will get the ball first. They're going to move from right to left on your radio dial or across your TV screen, however you're consuming the game, maybe your mobile device as well. The kicker will be, looks like Riley Fisher will be doing the kicking. Maybe actually it's going to be Tommy Foley that will be doing the kicking. Both soccer players, and they weren't here last time because Watertown was playing a game that night. So we are set. Tommy Foley is set to kick this one away. And we are set for the 11 AA semifinal. Winner to the Dakota Dome, as it will be a kickoff that will bounce its way to the sideline. It goes out of bounds, and the Governors will have good field position on the penalty coming up against the Watertown Arrows that will put the Govs in a good spot here to start things off.
Yeah, smart job there by Trey Lewis watching that ball go out of bounds, and that will give the ball to the Govs at their own, I believe is it 40 or 35?
I believe it will be
it's typically the 40, isn't it?
I think it's the 35.
Is it 35? We'll listen to what our official says here.
His mic is not working.
Okay.
But it will, well, they're going to make him re-kick it. They will make them re-kick the football.
Oh, hey, how about that?
Because you remember last Friday, yeah, it was not Thursday, it was Friday after the game was postponed.
After the delay, yeah.
That's Trey Lewis took the opening kickoff 82 yards and got the Governors in first and goal right off the hop. So they're saying, no, you got to kick the ball to us. We're going to make you kick the ball. Now the Governors ought to be prepared because there's nobody from the 50-yard line to about the 30-yard line, 35-yard line. So you got to make sure that you're aware for an onside kick of some kind. but they will back them up to the 35-yard line, so it will be a 5-yard penalty against the Watertown Arrows. So we haven't got it even started yet. We're still 12 minutes on the clock. We haven't even had a second taken off yet. Tommy Foley's going to have to re-tee it up and kick it off again. So everything you saw before, just back it up 5 yards, you didn't see it happen.
And we'll do it again.
And we'll do it again. Tommy Foley is ready to go. 11 AA semifinal. Take 2. And we're underway as the kickoff will stay inbounds this time. It'll be taken here by Spencer Easlin as he'll cut to the far side of the field. He's out of the 40 to the 45, got past the 50, stays on his feet. He's pushed out around the 35-yard line. The Governors are back in business right away. There is a flag at the end of that play. And we'll see exactly what that penalty will be.
Yeah, there's a couple of flags on the field, John. There's one back at about the 47 of Pierre and one that came in well after the play. So potentially offsetting penalties here for both teams, but we'll have to see what the referees or what the officials kind of sort out here. Hopefully they can get their mics working so we can hear what the penalties are.
So Governors already backing up a little bit. So it will be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Then you tack on 15 yards on top of it. So it'll end up being 5 yards gaining for the Governor. Well, it won't be 5 yards gaining for the Governors, but it'll be five less yards, 10 less yards overall. But they're going to get it to the 48-yard line. So it's not offsetting penalties because the first one was a hold. The second one was after the play was over.
Right.
So then you instead of, again, they didn't back it up 10 yards, thankfully, and then run another 15 yards the other way. They just moved it 5 yards forward. So here we go. 1st and 10 now from the 48-yard line in Watertown territory. The Governors get the ball first. 9 seconds are off the clock, and a lot has already happened. Kate Kaiser will throw. Wide open, the catch will be made as Brock Mosier makes it. He's at the 40 to the 35-yard line as he dives forward, and he's got enough for a first down, a gain of 13, and a good first down here for the Governors.
Yeah, just kind of a curl route there from Mosier sitting down in the middle of the zone, and he breaks a tackle, kind of bounces it outside, then cuts back inside, takes the ball down to between the 36 and the 35-yard line, like you said, a gain of about 12 or 13.
Empty backfield again, Kaiser. He's going to run out of time. He's going to be wrapped up. He's going to go down back at the 48-yard line, so they lose those 13 yards right back. But it's now going to be second down and 23 instead of first down and 10.
Yeah, just good penetration there by, I believe that was 67 in Caden Beauchamp, and as well as Micah Hauk, the defensive end and nose guard, respectively. I think Beauchamp was the one who ended up with the sack and pushes the Govs back 2nd and 22 from the Arrow 48.
Empty backfield again. George Stallion makes his first grab. He's wrapped up at the 45-yard line, a gain of about 3. And it's third down and long here for the Governors. 3rd and about 20 here for Pierre.
Yeah, the sack is a big momentum killer for Pierre here. But, an opportunity to maybe it's 4-down territory, depending upon how many yards they pick up here on this 3rd down play.
A quick clap from Kate Kaiser trying to get Watertown to jump. They do not. They've got 4 guys in the box right now. 3 down linemen here for Watertown. Empty backfield again. Kaiser looking to air it out. Throws it down the near sideline. Zabel can't make the jump ball as he will get a flag. There's a flag that will come in at the end of that play. And if he got there early, it's a pass interference call. Looked like he had almost timed it right. Didn't catch the number of who it was, but looked like he timed it right. But I think it's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and that'll give the Governors not a first down, but it will make it 3rd down and shorts if it is a pass interference call.
Yeah, it's either pass interference or hit on a defenseless receiver because, like you said, I think Zabel did get his hands on the football, but not enough time while he was in the air.
So it is pass interference that is called against the Watertown Arrows. So a 15-yard penalty instead of 3rd and 20. It's now 3rd and 5, more 3rd and 4 here for Pierre, and they've got a much more manageable spot, and you're almost 4-down territory now. If you did make that completion, I don't know how you would have gone for it at 4th and 20, but instead now it's 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, and the Governors have a good spot here to pick it up in 2 downs.
Yeah, just when you need a big play to happen, just get Jet Zabel the football, and he's going to line up in the Wildcat formation here on 3rd and 5.
Yeah, talking about getting Jet Zabel the football, he's going to take the snap. He's going to run it straight up the middle, spins off of one tackler, tries to stay on his feet. He's trying to get himself. He's got 3 guys. He's got another 2 pushing that help him get that first down. Chance Sarda, along with also number 62 and Ty Michael to help push him along to near the first down marker. Are they going to be enough for a first down? They're going to call for a measurement. So he picked up pretty much what you needed, but did he get all the way there? Did he get the nose of the football past the sticks for a first down?
I think regardless of let's say hypothetically if he didn't get it, you just run that same play again and pick it up on 4th down as well.
And now that Jet Zabel needs a lot of extra help to push guys along and carry a couple guys, but he had a big help from Chance Sarda and Ty Michael, and it's going to be just short on the measurement, 4th and inches, and the Governors are going to go. There's no question they're going to go for it. But Chance Sarda and Ty Michael really help get Zabel an extra yard or 2 to make it 4th and inches instead of 4th down and 1 or 2.
Yeah, big effort there by Michael and Sarda. Zabel was able to stay on his feet and push the pile there. You actually have quite a few defensive guys out there. You've got Sarda, you've got Emmett Anderson out there on the line as well. Lot of defensive guys that normally play just one side of the ball for the Govs on the line right now. Sarda being the fullback, and it looks like Anderson playing one of the tackle spots.
It's now Cade Kaiser under center. We've not seen a whole lot of under center snaps, so handed a chance Sarda. He's right at the line. He breaks free. I think he maybe got free enough. I don't know if he's going to get there or not. We don't see very many under center snaps. Kaiser took it, handed it to chance Sarda. I think he's going to have it.
Yeah, based on the spot, I think he got it.
I think they're going to call for another measurement again. So they're going to call for the measurements. Boy, there's 10:03 left to go in the first quarter right now, and I don't know how many more things we can have that happen in a short amount of game time period than what we've had already to start this game.
Yeah, a lot of action so far, and we expect that from a semifinal game.
It is a first down for the Governors. Chance Sarda got enough for a first. Zabel picked up those 3 yards. Sarda will give him the credit for the 1. And the Governors have a big first down. It was 3rd down and 20. Turns into 1st down and 10 here for the Govs at the 25-yard line with 10:03 to go.
And that's the thing, John. You can't count out the Pierre Governor offense because they're going to, whether it's a penalty or, getting the ball in the hands of one of their playmakers, they're going to beat you in multiple ways. And that was seen on that 3rd and 20, and they convert.
Cade Kaiser, empty backfield. Mosher goes in motion across the line from left to right. Kaiser will roll to his right, avoids the sack. He's still rolling. He'll throw. Catch is going to be made by Cooper Twilliger. Good securing catch by Cooper Twilliger inside the 10-yard line, and the Governors have 1st and goal.
Yeah, just get it in the hands of one of your playmakers again, and that's what you do right there. Throw it to the freshman and let him pick up chunk yards for another 1st down.
So gain it.
Spots the ball at the 9, so it'll be 1st and goal here for the Govs.
Gain of 16 for Cooper Twilliger. 1st and goal from the 9 with 9:20 left to go here in the first quarter. Zabel will be the quarterback again. 2 receivers on the near side. Kaiser is split out far side. Zabel will run with it. He's able to spin off one tackle, but then he is hit hard and dropped around the 6-yard line or so. Now we've got a whistle. And losing his helmet was Jet Zabel, so he has to come out for a play. Ty and Bus will check in for him. They're going to give him maybe a gain of 1 or so.
Yeah, about a gain of 1 there, and I thought it looked to me like if Jet would have bounced that outside, he would have had a little bit more room to operate, but plowed right ahead, tried to do it the hard way by taking on contact, only ended up with 1, and his helmet comes off, so he is out of the ball game for this 2nd down play.
So it's going to be second and goal from the 6. Officially a 3-yard gain for Zabel. Kaiser, design run on the right side. Going to try and get to the corner pylon. He slips through a tackler. He is in for a touchdown. And the Governors strike first with 8:45 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, just a designed kind of bootleg run off the outside quarterback keeper. Good seal block there. I believe it was Zayden Rounds on the outside that was making that seal block out there, as well as Jacob Mickinen and Cade Kaiser able to get around those seal blocks by his linemen and put it inside the pylon for 6. Ryan Berry has a chance to make it 7, and the Govs have the early lead regardless here in this first quarter of the AA semifinal with 8:45 to go.
And Ryan Berry on for the extra point. We believe that her last extra point last Friday broke a state record for single-season points by a girl in South Dakota in football, as she'll continue to try and add to it. First extra point here tonight is going to be up and good for the senior Berry. 7-0 lead for the Governors with 8:45 to go here in the first quarter. Back in 30 seconds here on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube as you're listening to Pierre Governor Football presented by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota. You're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites has Midwestern charm and unprecedented attention to detail that provides the perfect getaway. The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites provides a complimentary deluxe continental breakfast featuring hot waffles, biscuits, and gravy. They also have an indoor children's water playland, whirlpool and fitness center, and a beautiful backyard patio with seasonal fire pits. Everyone deserves a night away. Call 605-494-2582 to make your reservation today. The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites. Experience luxury in the heart of South Dakota.
So it was an 8-play, 48-yard drive and a 6-yard touchdown run for Cade Kaiser, and the Pierre Governors open up with the lead first as they have a 7-0 advantage over the Watertown Arrows. George Stalley will kick this one away. And for the kick return, Owen Sparts along with Juven Hudson. Nathan Briggs is back there as well. Those 3 guys all looking to make the return as Stalley will kick this one away. Be to the far side of the field. Picked up by Watertown around the 5-yard line. A burst of speed and out to around the 45-yard line before he's finally dropped, as that ended up being Sparts that had a lot of speed on that return. So 1st and 10 for Watertown in good field position as they're going to start at their own 45.
Yeah, nice job there by Owen Sparts, able to go down the far sideline there for a really decent chunk play. Not a super deep kick from Stalley, and Sparts able to take it, kind of a low line drive kick, and Sparts was able to field it and bring it back to, like you said, John, 45 of the Arrows, and they stand just 55 yards away from tying this ball game up.
Well, Juven Hudson's in the backfield. We expect to see him get a lot of runs here in this ball game, as Hemrick will start with the pass, though. He's going to throw to the near side. It's going to be over the top of Trey Lewis, but also over the top of the receiver, Marcus Pitkin, and it falls incomplete, and it brings up 2nd down and 10. That was an okay pass from Hemrick, because if he overthrew to Pitkin, but if he didn't overthrow him, Trey Lewis probably got a hand on it. If he throws it a little bit lower, even lower, Lewis is going to take it all the way 50 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah, good ball placement there from Hemrick, like you said. Overthrew the receiver. If he would have, put it right on his hands, Trey Lewis would have been taking that back the other way, making this a 13-0 ball game.
So now it's 2nd down and 10. Hemrick from under center. He'll toss it over for Hudson, and Hudson will get a couple of yards. Trey Lewis is able to throw a man off of him, trying to shed the blocker, and Spencer Schonsberg will come up with the tackle and a gain of 3 for Hudson. Bucci also on the tackle as well for Pierre, and it's going to be 3rd down and 7 now for Watertown. They got to get to the Governor 45-yard line.
Yeah, good read there by both E.J. Bucci and Spencer Easlin was the other one on that, credited on that half tackle. Bringing Hudson to the ground. Hudson's still able to pick up 3 because he's such a good athlete. And now that brings up 3rd and 7 here for the Arrows. Gov defense looking to get off the field on a 3-and-out.
Shotgun formation, backing up is Hemrick. He'll step up in the pocket. He'll throw, looking for a man, and there will be a flag that will come in. Spencer East is getting called for either a hold or pass interference, and it's going to be a 1st down for the Watertown Arrows.
Yeah, just an unfortunate penalty there. I think that ball was going to land incomplete anyway from Hemrick to Pitkin. Easland just got caught up with a hold. Like you said, it's either going to be a hold or pass interference here. They're going to call the hold.
So it will be the call against the Governors. They'll mark them off 10 yards, and it'll be 1st and 10 from now the Governor 43-yard line. Holding call officially against Spencer Easland, and the Govs don't get off the field on a 3 and out. And the drive continues now here for Watertown, trying to make the most of it and tie this game back up. 7:47 to go here in the first quarter. Offset I formation. Was an offset I formation until it was Spencer Wenches that moved off to the left side of the line. Play action, rolling out, and a throw from Hemrick, and a nice job by Spencer Easland to come back and break up the pass attempt. It was a good pass looking for Austin Johnson, the tight end, and Spencer Easland, who just got called for that holding penalty, makes a nice defensive breakup.
Yeah, nice play action there from the Watertown Arrows. Looked like you maybe thought you were going to catch the Govs leaning into the backfield. That could open up something over the top. And Hemrick was looking for Johnson, like you said, but Spencer Easland from his safety position was able to come down and get a hand on the ball, break up the pass, and force this 2nd down and 10 from the same spot.
Offset I formation here on 2nd and 10, and now we get a whistle, and like a false start penalty going to come up against the Watertown Arrows. So back them up 5 yards. A little bit quiet on the mic here tonight, but it is 2nd down and 15 from the now 47-yard line. And the Watertown Arrows, they picked up a big penalty to help them out and keep the drive alive, but now they shot themselves in the foot on that last play, and now back to 2nd and 15. This is not, I want to say it's not a team that's built for 2nd down, 3rd down and long, but when you want to like to run the football, you like to be 3rd and short, 3rd and medium.
Yeah, you don't want to get yourself backed up into these situations if you're the Watertown Arrows, because like you said, this is a very run-heavy football team.
Play action here. Backing up Hemrick. Now he steps up. He'll throw it down the field again, looking for his man. The catch is going to be made. Spencer Wenches makes the catch, and an extra point away from tying the football game up. Wenches made the catch over the top of Spencer Easland. And it is 7-6 with 7:31 left to go here in the first quarter.
Nice throw there by Hemrick. He was able to get it up over the top of Easland, who was kind of playing underneath of Wenches, and Wenches with a great adjustment on the football, kind of looking like Willie Mays a little bit with that over-the-shoulder grab. He brought it down with 2 hands and is able to fall into the end zone for an Arrow touchdown, and they are an extra point away from tying this football game up.
Extra point upcoming here from the kicker in Riley Fisher. The kick is up and good. 7-7 is their score here with 7:31 to go in the first quarter. Back in 30 seconds here on KCCR as you're listening to Pierre Governor Football at Capital City 4, presented by Capital City 4 Lincoln and Toyota here on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping is who you should call as we enter the fall season. They can make sure your lawn makes it through the tough South Dakota winters. They can help with the fall cleanup, winterize that sprinkler system so that it can be ready to go in the spring. And once the snow starts to fly, they can help with that too. Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, helping customers year-round. Call Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, 280-4440.
Ends up being a 5-play drive for the Watertown Arrows that gets them on the board with a 47-yard touchdown throw from Hemrick to Wenches. And it's now a 7-7 tie here on American Family Insurance. Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. As opportunity here for the Governor offense to get back up on the scoreboard again. As the kickoff from Tommy Foley will go over for Trey Lewis to take as he's out to the 20-yard line. He's going to cut to the near side. The flag will come in again. He's at the 25-yard line to the 30. As much as this run will be, it's going to come back as he got to the 42-yard line, but a flag all the way back around the 20-yard line. And it will be 1st and 10 from around the 10 here for the Governors to start this next drive. There you go.
Sorry, good return there from Trey Lewis, but I think it's going to come back. Maybe got a little hold of the face mask there, and they're going to possibly back up Lewis here when he tried to throw that stiff arm.
So we call it a legal block in the back against the Governors, and it'll be 1st and 10 from around the 10 now here for Pierre, as they're going to have to go 90 yards to answer that score from the Watertown Arrows with 7:21 left to go here in the first quarter. John Wickler alongside Blake Dean, the winner, and we will not know by the time we most likely won't know the opponent for the Governors or Arrows. Whoever wins this game, we won't know the opponent by the time we get off the air, because we're starting an hour early before the rest of 11AA, which is just one game in Yankton and T area. We're one of 3 games to start at 6 o'clock, the other 2 being 11 AAA games. Everybody else starting at least 7 o'clock Central Time. Shotgun formation, empty backfield here for Cade Kaiser. Throw to the far side of the field. The catch will be made by George Stalley. He's going to be wrapped up. The forward progress was stopped. The clock will continue to run as Stalley will make his second grab, and he'll gain about 2 yards. And it's 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, just a quick kind of screen or short hitch route there from Kaiser to Stalley. He's able to pick up a couple yards. Like you said, John, on the outside on that quick pass there. Arrows playing a lot of off coverage, so those quick passes are going to be there for the Govs tonight.
So about 2nd down and 8 here for the Govs as Kaiser will step up, straight up in the pocket. He's going to take off. He's going to pick up a 1st down. He's going to try and run through a defender, and he's going to get out to the 25-yard line. A gain of about 13, and the Governors have a 1st down.
Yeah, nice job by Kaiser. He didn't see anything he liked, or maybe, like you said, that was a potential designed run, because middle of the field was pretty open. They do have a spy, does Watertown, on Cade Kaiser, and that is number 5, Simon Hendricks, the outside linebacker, kind of spying Kaiser for that drive, but he picked up 13 for 1st.
Kaiser looking over the middle. He's looking for Stalley on a home run ball. It's going to be tipped, and Stalley might have helped save Kaiser from throwing an interception that time, as it was broken up by Owen Sparks. Stalley was past the ball and was able to reach back and get a piece of it. And again, that might have been the difference between an interception and just an incomplete pass.
Yeah, nice job there by George Stalley, playing a little bit of defense there on Owen Sparks. Like you said, Stalley doesn't get on the field on defense much at all, but sure showed that maybe next year he's got a potential to play both ways with that nice little pass breakup.
First incompletion from Cade Kaiser. He's 4 of 5 for 34 yards so far here in the first quarter. 2nd down and 10. Kaiser, all kinds of time, throws it over for Ty and Buss. He'll make the catch. He's out of the 40 to the 45, past the 50-yard line to around the 45-yard line inside Watertown territory. They get a Watertown Arrow player that's a little slow to get up, as that is Jeremiah Schulte. But it is a 1st down for the Governors as they go from the 25 all the way to the Watertown 44.
Yeah, just kind of a crossing route on the in route there, about 5 or 7 yards there from Ty and Buss. Kaiser hits him over the middle, and Buss able to bring it to the near sideline and pick up a big chunk play there, brought down, like you said, at about the 44-yard line by Schulte.
Gain of 31 for Ty and Buss, and it's 1st and 10 here for Pierre. Kaiser, again, will step up in the pocket, but he got hit, and he is getting bent over backwards right now. And he's going to be careful that he did not get hurt. He's going to have to get up quickly to make sure the referee doesn't stop play. He does get up, but another sack. It's going to be a loss of 2, making that loss of 3 back to the 47-yard line.
Yeah, that hole collapsed quickly. Kaiser thought he had something, but both Hauk and Beauchamp closed that hole really quickly, and Hauk's going to jump over the line on that snap there from Kaiser, forcing an offsides penalty and giving the Govs 5 free yards.
And Caden Beauchamp got up and right into the grill of the nose tackle, or the nose tackle for the Watertown Arrows. So a 5-yard penalty helps pick up those yards lost by the Governors. Now it's 2nd down and 8 from the 42 instead of 2nd down and 13 with 5:25 left to go here in the first quarter. Guys are trying to get Watertown to jump again. We'll get the whether a new play call or just a fake signal. 3 receivers far side, empty backfield. Snap was high, designed run here for Kaiser. He takes down Cooper Twilliger, does Kaiser, and he'll get forward to around the 39-yard line, maybe the 38. A gain of, we're going to call it a gain of 3, and it's 3rd down and 5 here for the Governors, and again, probably looking at 4-down territory.
Yeah, this will be another, like you said, it'll be another chance for 4-down territory here for the Govs, because unless Kaiser goes backwards here on or the ball goes backwards on this play, you got to think that they're going to try and put as many points on the board as you can.
Empty backfield again. Zabel is the receiver here on the near side. Kaiser drops back to pass. He's looking for Zabel. He'll throw it down the near side of the field. It's a jump ball, and it's going to fall incomplete. Looking to get to Zabel all the way down there near the corner. And it will fall incomplete, and it's now 4th down and 5, and we'll see what the play call will be here for the Governors from the Watertown 39-yard line.
Yeah, that was a double of Jet Zabel by Schulte and number 7 in Mitch Olson for Watertown there on that play. They saw him going deep, and you don't want the North Dakota State commit to get the ball deep if you're Watertown. They saw that play early in the first drive that the Govs had, drew the penalty on it. They didn't want to see that again. Good pass breakup, 4th and 5 here for the Govs.
And the Watertown Arrows, they jumped and they went across the line. I believe they did. And that will help get those 5 yards that they needed. Will it be enough? Will it be on the right side of the 5 yards to pick up a first down? And so now he did not save his 4th down or his first down. They're looking at the sticks right now. And it is enough for a first down. So the 5-yard penalty against Watertown on 4th and 5 keeps them on the field and then freshen it down for the Governors. And that is deflating for any team, especially when you do it against the Pierre Governors. It's even more deflating that you couldn't get yourself even an opportunity to make the play.
Yeah, that's just comes down to discipline there. And, you know, both of the juniors on the line for Watertown, that being Hauk and Lambert, were the ones guilty of the infractions on that down series there.
Kaiser design run again to the right side. He cuts it back. He's got a lot of space. He's out to the 10, the 5. He walks it in for a touchdown. With 4:21 to go, Kaiser takes it 34 yards to the house. And do we have a flag, though? We do have a flag.
There's one at about the 35-yard line, right at the line of scrimmage.
So we'll hear what the call is real quick. And it is against Pierre. So the touchdown will come off the board. And the Governors, who had that 34-yard score, will now have to be taking back another 10 yards, and it's going to be first down and long here for the Governors.
Yeah, tough holding call. Didn't hear who it was on, but, you know, that's potentially the reason why you saw Kaiser able to break through that first line of scrimmage. And, you know, he's an athlete. He's going to go play wide receiver at Northern State next year. You saw that athleticism on that run, but an unfortunate penalty that brings the Govs back to the 44-yard line, making this a 1st and 20 from the Arrow 44.
4:21 left to go here in the first quarter. We are still tied at 7 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebind scoreboard. 2 receivers here on the near side. It is Mosier Stalley in the slot and is able to lone receiver on the right side. Quick throw. Mosier will make the catch, a screen pass. He's out to the 40 to the 35-yard line. He's able to gain some of that back. Then a flag will come in at the end of that play, and that might be a late hit, which will get the Governors another first down. It ends up being a gain of about 15 to make it 2nd and 5 for the 4 right now.
Yeah, that'll be a huge penalty on Watertown if this is a late hit out of bounds, because I think that's a 15-yard penalty if I'm not mistaken, and that'll give the ball to the Govs inside the red zone.
It's a face mask on top of the call, so it is going to be a first down regardless for the Governors. He tack on 15 yards from the 30 to the 15-yard line, and the Governors are in the red zone again with 4:15 left to go here in the first quarter. Boy, this is obviously the atmosphere, the intensity is 11 AA semifinal game, but so far the penalties have made it feel like an early season game. Not very sharp, and maybe that's credit to the nerves of both these teams wanting to get to the Dome next week.
Yeah, little sloppy on both sides so far, but a lot of that maybe too, like you said, you can kind of attribute to adrenaline, because this is the first time that Watertown's been in a semifinal game like this in 10 years. So the last time they were in this position, they actually made it to the Dome where they lost to Pierre. That was the first of Pierre's championships that started this run.
As Kaiser will cut it to the left side, he stays on his feet. He's going to try and carry the pile to the pylon or to the end zone, and he is not quite in. They're going to mark him down the 1 yard line. A gain of 14 for Cade Kaiser. And it's 1st and goal from the 1.
Maybe this is the play where you put Austin Langdo on the field and let him do the old refrigerator carry here.
Well, Lucas Chamberlain, Chance Sarda are the guys that come in. I wouldn't be opposed to give it to big number 99, but it's going to be Jed Zabel. Kind of been calling it the 18-wheeler formation.
There you go.
Back in the old Texas days. Jed Zabel will be the quarterback with Sarda and Chamberlain both in the game. Zabel will try and carry it 1 yard, and he did not get in. No gain on that first down carry, but the Governors with now 2nd and goal for the 1. All you got to do is you got 3 more cracks at to go 1 yard to get in the end zone.
Yeah, I think you just called the same play for 4 straight times and see if you can get this in, because Jet Zabel is big, strong, powerful athlete. Didn't get it on that try, but he'll probably get it on one of the next couple here.
2:50 left to go here in the first quarter. 2nd and goal from the 1. 7-7 is her score. Zabel, again, the quarterback. Getting trying to get that 1 extra yard. And he is in this time for a touchdown. The Governors are back on top now, 13-7, with 2:39 to go in the first quarter.
Like I said, just keep running that same play 4 times if you have to, because it's gonna be successful one of the times. And didn't work the first time. If it doesn't work, try it again. And Zabel's able to put it into the end zone. 13-7 lead for the Govs, pending the kick off the foot of Ryan Berry. Possibly make this a 14-7 game with 2:39 to go.
11-play drive that went 90 yards for the Governors. And a 1 yard touchdown run. This will be blown dead before the extra point was kicked. And I believe maybe Watertown even jumped across the line.
Yeah, I think that penalty is going to be on Schulte.
And I think he slowed up a little bit, but he kept going with the whistle. He still didn't even block the extra point, even with the little bit of jump to it. Again, he probably slowed down a little bit, and that's probably why he didn't actually block it. But again, 11-play drive that went 90 yards and a 1 yard touchdown run for Zabel, and the Govs looking to add to the extra point and Barry on for that extra point. They moved it up about a half a yard. And then the extra point from Barry will be up, and it will be good. 14-7. Governors are on top over Watertown. Back in 30 seconds, you're listening to Pierre Governor Football, presented by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At Barber Farm Service Incorporated and Barber Chemical LLC in Oneida, we are all about guaranteeing that our customers are as satisfied as they can be and improving their bottom line. Stop by or give us a call today at 605-258-2708 to see what we can do for you. Barber Farm Service Incorporated and Barber Chemical LLC for all of your agricultural needs this season.
As we welcome you back, here it is 14-7. Pierre Governors are up on the Watertown Arrows and the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. Apologize for the tinny sound and trying to get that figured out. Technology, even on a beautiful Friday night, sometimes doesn't always work for you, Blake.
Not always your friend. I know that firsthand, for sure.
It is a 11-play, 90-yard drive and a 1 yard touchdown run by Jed Zabel. And that, we talk about the tinny sound. One, if you're listening, it's the commercial-wise on YouTube, and it's us when you're listening on the radio on KCCR. George Stalley will kick things away again. Sparks will bobble. He's going to pick it up. He's going to still be on his feet, and he's going to get himself out to around the 20 or make the 32-yard line, 33-yard line. That was disastrous upcoming for Watertown. And Sparks just says, we'll pick it up like a shortstop who bobbled a couple times and get an extra few yards.
Yeah, like you said, that had broken play written all over it and potential disaster, like you said, for the Watertown Arrows. But Owen Sparks is able to corral it and kind of dive ahead for a few extra yards. putting the ball at the 33 of the Arrows, setting up 1st and 10.
As this will be a toss here for Juven Hudson, and straight up the middle it goes. Spencer Eastland, he's trying to make the tackle, but Hudson will have his best run so far this first quarter as he'll pick up 9 yards, and it's going to be 2nd down and 1 here for the Watertown Arrows.
Yeah, just a nice cutback run there for Hudson. It looked like Lucas Chamberlain had kind of strung out the play from where it was originally designed, and Hudson cut back and picked up 9. Spencer Eastland is able to make the tackle, but it's 2nd and 1 here for the Arrows, and I'm guessing they're going to put the ball back in the hands of number 8.
It'll be a handoff for Hudson as he'll get up the middle for a 1st down. He's got all he needed was just 1 big yard. He got to the 45, a gain of 3, and it's going to be 1st and 10 here for Watertown.
Yeah, Emmett Anderson on the tackle there from the Govs, but Hudson able to fall forward for a gain of about 3, and Arrows pick up 1st down. Again, no 3-and-outs yet for the Governor defense. Arrows moving the ball against this Governor defense, which has been really, really stingy all year.
The shotgun formation here with 1:25 left to go here in the first quarter. Hemrick will go back to pass. He's going to step up in the pocket. Go to the left side, the far side of the field. Chansarda brings him down, and it's going to be a gain of a couple for Hemrick, and a good job to make something out of nothing there. Gain of 3 for Hemrick. Make that a gain of 2.
Yeah, he did a good job of scrambling out of that sack because it looked like E.J. Bucci had a good rush. Looked like Grayson Schutzel was in there as well, putting the heat on Hemrick, but he's able to scamper out of trouble and go along the far sideline for a pickup of 2.5, officially 2nd and 8 from the 47.
Pistol formation this time here for Hemrick. Man goes in motion, and the handoff for Hudson. He stutter steps to the line, then he breaks free out past the 45-yard line to the 40. And Juven Hudson, boy, he is looking faster than what he did the first time these two teams met, and faster than he's ever looked before against the Pierre Governors. That's a big run for Juven Hudson to the Governor 39-yard line.
Yeah, nice scamper on the outside. Jet Zabel playing defense tonight, looking to try and string that play out, but Hudson able to bounce it around the left side and go along the far sideline for a big pickup. Big chunk play there for the Arrows. 1st and 10 from the Governor 39.
Offset eye here. Another handoff for Hudson as he's this time going to be met at the line of scrimmage. Lucas Chamberlain trying to rip up the ball, but they blew the whistle right as that ball was coming out from Juven Hudson. His forward progress was stopped. There's no gain. Chamberlain was able to strip the ball free, but a second too late, and it's 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, just a stop behind the line, and Juven Hudson was lucky that whistle had blown the play dead, because Lucas Chamberlain was trying to get in there and punch the ball out like Charles Peanut Tillman from the Chicago Bears back in the late 2000s and the early 2010s, and that's become a pretty prevalent thing that you're taught on defense because Peanut made it popular in the NFL.
That is the end of the first quarter. It is going to be 2nd and 10 from the Governor 39 when we come back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football, presented by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota on KCCR, and also on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Meet Josh.
Hi, everybody.
Josh is a high school basketball player, solid shooter, great teammate.
Hey, don't forget my tenacious D.
And he's mine.
Oh.
So, what does Josh do to be the best basketball player he can be?
I play tennis.
Study athletes here in South Dakota who play more than one high school sport are more likely to excel. Tennis does more than improve Josh. It gives him a fresh competitive outlet, reduces the risk of injury by cross-training, and introduces him to different coaching techniques and new friends.
Don't get me wrong, hoops are my first love. Tennis just gives me a little break.
So when the new season begins, Josh isn't burned out on basketball. He's eager to play, and you can see the difference in his game.
This is presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
As we welcome you back here, start the second quarter. Hemrick will throw. The pass was tipped. Tyne Winkler, he's going to make the interception, and the Governors will take over. Winkler with the interception, 4 seconds in the second quarter. The Governors have the ball with a 7-point lead.
Big play, first play of the second quarter. Ball got tipped. I wasn't sure if that was Lucas Chamberlain that got his hand on that one that caused the interception. Regardless, ball ends up in the hands of Titan Winkler, and the Govs have it looks like 66 yards to go to make this a 2-score ball game. Big play by the Governor defense. Big stop when they needed it here. First play of the second quarter.
So it will be first and 10 for the 34. 11:56 left to go here in the second quarter. Governors with a 14-7 lead. The American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. Kate Kaiser bounces out right side. He stays on his feet, then he will step out of bounds, and a couple of Watertown Arrow players collide with each other, as it'll end up being a gain of about 6 to the 40-yard line. Second down and 4 for the Govs.
As a Govs fan, that was kind of amusing watching that, John, because once Kaiser stepped out of bounds, he basically just stopped running, and the two Watertown Arrows just kind of continued to run to where his momentum would have ended up taking him. And you're right, they just ran into each other on the Governor sideline.
Quick pass, far side. Stalley makes the catch, but the block was missed by Mosier, and so Stalley is going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage, back around the right around the 36-yard line, a loss of 4. And it's going to be Owen Sparks that makes the tackle, and it's going to be 3rd down and 8 here for the Governors. Well, 3rd down and 7 for the Govs.
Yeah, just a missed block, like you said, John, by Mosier on that screen pass to Stalley, from Kaiser to Stalley, and Owen Sparks making a lot of splash plays here early in this ball game. Look for number 35 in white to be a continued problem here in the Governor's side.
It'll be Kaiser all kinds of time. Rolling now to his right, still rolling. The throw, the catch will be made. There's a flag thrown back around the line of scrimmage. Cooper Twilger's got the catch at the Watertown 39-yard line, but it will be probably coming back in another hold against the Governors.
Yeah, they threw it right at the line of scrimmage. Typically, that indicates that it's going to be a hold on the offense.
Ty Michael is called for the hold on that one, so it will back them up 10 yards, and it's now 3rd down and long here for the Governors, as it was right around the line of scrimmage. So from 3rd and 7, it'll be 3rd and about 17 now here for the Governors, all the way back to around the 26-yard line. They need to get to the 44, so 3rd and 18 now here for the Governors.
Yeah, just a tough holding call there on Ty Michael, like you said, John. The junior tackle just unfortunately got caught holding one of the Watertown defense players, backing up the Govs 3rd and long.
Kaiser, again, all kinds of time, throws it too long. The catch is going to be made. It's intercepted. And it will be right back to the Watertown Arrows, as it is Mitch Olson to make the interception, and Watertown will take over at the 35-yard line here with 10:42 left to go in the first half.
That's kind of what you call the old arm punt there, John. Popularized by, I don't remember who invented the term or who coined the term initially, but basically it's where your quarterback just kind of throws it deep, and as deep as you can, and if the other team intercepts it, then it's basically just as good as a punt, and that's kind of what Kaiser did there. He threw it as far as he could. Like you said, ends up in the hands of Olson, and Arrows get the ball back at the Governor 35.
1st and 10. We'll see if they go right back to Juven Hudson. They do, but E.J. Bucci got in the backfield right away, and Hudson's got nowhere to go. He's going to lose 2 yards back to the 33, and it's 2nd down and 12.
Sorry, I meant the Arrow 35 on that play, Blake. You're absolutely right. Ball went to Juven Hudson on that carry, and E.J. Bucci beat his man right away and sniffed that out really early. Big play there by the junior defensive end, and loss of 1 for Juven Hudson. Didn't even get a chance to get the ball in space.
So 2nd down and 11, 10 minutes to go here in the first half on the Watertown 34-yard line. Jed Zabel looking like he's going to come off the edge. He's going to try and blitz, but the throw of the catch is going to be dropped here on the near side. And that intended pass was for Marcus Pitkin, and that's a one that Pitkin wants back because Hemrick threw it right perfect for a screen pass, and it's now 3rd down 11.
Yeah, Trey Lewis was pretty close to meeting him there. was Pitkin. But yeah, good throw, really well thrown ball by Trayton Hemrick. Trayton Hemrick's really impressed me tonight, John. He's he hasn't really thrown the ball a whole lot this year. And when he has, kind of early in the season when these two teams met, wasn't, overly efficient when he threw the ball. But, tonight he's connected on a few passes and, made this a more balanced attack for the Arrows.
And Hemrick will step up in the pocket. He'll throw downfield. He's going to overthrow his intended receiver, and Pitkin went right back to him. But it'll bring up 4th down and 11, and Watertown will have our first punt of the ball game. As Watertown will come out and punt. Hemrick is 1 for 6 so far, the 47-yard touchdown pass with an interception. And it's now 4th down and 11 with 9:48 to go. And like I said, we haven't, it is wild of all the things we have seen so far in this first half. This is the first punt of our ball game.
Mm-hmm.
And the punter and Owen Sparks make that. Spencer Wenches will punt this one away. It'll take a nice Governor hop. It's going to be picked up by Watertown at the Governor 47-yard line. So it's not a big punt there for the Watertown Arrows, and the Governors have good field position. And the old throwing punt turns out to flip the field in the Governor's favor right now, back at their own 47.
Yeah, a good change of field position. Maybe on 4th down next time on that bounce, the Arrows will just kind of look to arm punt like the Govs did there, or possibly pooch punt. That's also an effective strategy, trying to get the punt coverage team off the field for the Govs.
Pistol formation, really the first time we've seen that, and it'll be a handoff for Trey Lewis. And Lewis somehow was able to stay on his feet for a couple extra seconds, and he got about a yard, so it's 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, Trey Lewis, most explosive fullback in the state, able to bounce off a couple of would-be tacklers and pick up a yard for the Govs there. And 2nd and 9 from the 48 of the Governors. Looks like they're going to come out in kind of that same pistol formation, like you said, John. They've got double tight. I think only one wide receiver out there, in Stalley to the near side, and Trey Lewis still in the backfield.
3-down lineman here for the Arrows. It's a design pitch play. Toss over for Lewis. He is being wrapped up right at the horse collar, and he is thrown down, and that will be a 15-yard penalty on top of the 3-yard run for Trey Lewis, and it's going to be a 1st and 10 upcoming for the Governors after the penalty is called.
Yeah, that was pretty egregious horse collar there, and it was the referee was the one that threw it.
Well, again, the horse collar is called against the Watertown Arrows. So mark off 15 yards from the Watertown 49. Take it all the way down to the 34, inside the 34-yard line. And the Governors have 1st and 10. We'll make it the 33-yard line.
I actually expected the side judge to be the one that was throwing that flag, John, because that was probably the closest to the side judge on the play. But the referee from behind is the one that throws the flag there. 15-yard penalty regardless, and the Govs have 1st and 10.
Pistol formation, as it is going to be Trey Lewis right up the middle, breaks free, cuts into the near side. He is gone. Touchdown, Governors. They lead it 20-7 with 8:31 left to go here in the first half.
Big time cutback run by the most explosive fullback in the state of South Dakota, Trey Lewis. Even though he plays more like the halfback, they put him in a lot of halfback situations. He's listed in your program as a fullback, so I will continue to call him the most explosive fullback in the state. Takes the handoff from Kaiser right up the middle on almost what looked to be kind of a dive play, but not a lot of Arrow defenders in the middle of the field. He makes the one kind of spy in the middle of the field miss, cuts it back to his right, and gets into the end zone untouched for a 20-7 lead, pending the kick off the foot of Ryan Berry.
That kick is going to be up, and it will be good. 21-7. Governors lead it over Watertown with 8:31 left to go here in the first half. Back in 30 seconds as you're listening to Pierre Governor Football, presented by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota. You're also watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At Barber Farm Service Incorporated and Barber Chemical LLC in Oneida, we are all about guaranteeing that our customers are as satisfied as they can be and improving their bottom line. Stop by or give us a call today at 605-258-2708 to see what we can do for you. Barber Barber Farm Service Incorporated and Barber Chemical LLC for all of your agricultural needs this season.
So it is a 3-play, 53-yard drive for the Pierre Governors. Trey Lewis took it in from 37 yards out, and the Govs have a 21-7 lead on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard with Jen Hanna back at the station. John Wickler alongside of Blake Dean. 8:31 left to go here in the first half, and the Govs have taken a 2-touchdown lead. Not quite time for Watertown to hit the panic button yet. They as long as they can get back within one score at the end of halftime, they get the ball to start the second half. But the hand's a little bit closer to the panic button right now as George Stalley with a line drive kick. It'll be taken to the 35-yard line to the 40 and dropped to the 43-yard line as that was Keaton Decker to take that one out to the 43. And Watertown will have good field position to start this next drive.
Yeah, just kind of a line drive kick there from George Stalley, and it was fielded by the Watertown up back, and he's able to take it to the 43-yard line of the Governors, setting up 1st and 10 for the Arrows with 8:27 to go in this first half of the first 11AA semifinal to get underway here this evening. The T-area Yankton game that is being played in Yankton is scheduled to start in about 6 minutes from now.
Shotgun formation as Hemrick will hand it off for Hudson. Gets outside the left tackle, and then he is pushed out of bounds. As there goes all the Gatorade, all the water here at the Governor bench, and Hudson puts his hands up like, I didn't mean to do that, but they're going to have to refill that water and Gatorade here soon. But there is a flag that is down. Hudson did pick up about 2 yards, and we'll see exactly here what the call will be. Most likely going to be against Watertown. It is a hold against the Watertown Arrows. Can't really hear who it was on or much what was being said, but it is going to be a hold against Watertown, and that'll back them up to now the 33-yard line. And it's 1st down and long here for Watertown.
So basically what you're saying is the water and the Gatorade, or I'm guessing what would be Powerade down there, was spilled in vain there by Juven Hudson as he got hit right as he was going out of bounds, and his momentum carried him right into the containers of water and Powerade here on the Governor sideline.
So it's going to be 1st down and 20 as Hemrick will drop back to pass, rolls to his right. He'll throw down the field. It's going to be thrown into the Watertown sideline, and it falls incomplete. They're looking for Pitkin. Jet Zabel was in coverage, and it's 2nd down and 20.
Yeah, just a route over the top. Looked like Chance Sarda was applying some pressure on that pass play, and Hemrick had to get the ball out a little earlier than he was looking to throw it. He was looking for Pitkin. Jet Zabel's out there in coverage. Playing linebacker out there is big number 12, and it falls incomplete, like you said, into the Watertown bench. 2nd and 20 from the Arrow 33.
So here at 2nd down with 8:14 left to go in the first half. A toss here for Hudson, far side. He's going to pick up a couple yards. He slipped through the Spencer Easlin tackle, but he doesn't get much farther than that. The Governors were able to rally over him, and Anderson out there on the tackle. A gain of maybe 2 to the 35-yard line, and it's now 3rd down and 18.
Yeah, just a nice job by Hudson, able to try and get around the outside of Easlin coming on a blitz from his safety position, but he's not able to get past Chance Sarda and Jet Zabel, who combine on that tackle. 3rd down and very long for the Arrows here. 3rd and about 18, almost a certain passing situation here for Hemrick.
3 receivers, trips out here on the near side. Hemrick will look to pass, steps up in the pocket, running out of time, but he's going to roll to his right. He'll throw. That pass was tipped. It falls incomplete. It's 4th down and 18, and Watertown's going to have to punt the ball away. They cannot afford to go for it on 4th and 18, and it's going to be a long punt again here for Watertown to try and flip the field from their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, and Winches wasn't able to really flip the field much at all on his last punt, so we'll see Like I said, the arm punt for the Govs was actually more effective than the real punt off the foot of Winches, and that punt was almost blocked by Titan Winkler coming off the line, but it'll take a good arrow bounce this time. Will the punt off the foot of Winches, and that will roll past the 30-yard line, be down to at about the 29 of the Governors, and Govs will take over on downs with 7:10 left to play in the first half. Opportunity to possibly go up 3 scores if they're able to hit pay dirt on this drive.
Yeah, that line, it was a really line drive. It almost hit helmets from that punt from Winches. So it's 1st and 10, Governors going from left to right. They have scored 3 of their 4 possessions. The lone interception and the arm punt by the Governors that was the interception. So it's 1st and 10 from the 29, pistol formation. Kaiser, he'll pump fake. Now he's got Zabel wide open. Can he hit him? Zabel dives and he can't make the catch. Kaiser overthrew him. I think Kaiser, his eyes had to line up, and it's going to fall incomplete. And it's 2nd down and 10. Zabel is a little slow to get up, but boy, that was a 71-yard pass from Kaiser to Zabel. If he hits him, and doesn't even have to hit him in stride, just hits him to get that catch.
Yeah, just little bit overthrown there by Kaiser. I guess you could look at it a couple ways. You could look at it as he overthrew him by 1.5 yards, or that's a throw from the far side of the field to the near side of the field on almost what looked like a wheel route there by Jet Zabel. But could potentially be looked at as an underthrow on that play as well. But regardless, 2nd and 10 from the same spot, no harm, no foul.
Trey Lewis will get the handoff. He keeps going back and forth, and there's going to be a face mask call on top of the run that Lewis got to 10 yards to the 39-yard line. And if that's a personal foul face mask, that's an extra 15 yards on top of the 10-yard run from Lewis, who's now got 47 yards. And it is a personal foul. So a 15-yard penalty on top of the 10-yard run. And the Governors will flip the field and be in Watertown territory after they mark off the 15 yards.
Yeah, just a another 15-yard, personal foul penalty, like you said, John. Govs get another gift from the Watertown defense. It'd be interesting to see what the penalty differential between the two teams looks like here in this first half. Regardless, though, ball ends up on the Arrow 46-yard line, setting up 1st and 10 for the Governors from there.
And then it's a broken play. Lewis went to the wrong side where Kaiser was holding the ball, and Kaiser will have to make something out of nothing. He stiff arms the man out of bounds, and Kaiser will be out of bounds. His forward progress was stopped. Well, not the best spot where they're going to spot where they spot his forward progress stopped is not really where the forward progress was stopped. He got him at the 45, but he really got to at least the 46, but he picked up 1 yard and a 2nd down and 9.
44, I think you mean.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
You knew what I meant.
Yep.
Everybody else didn't know what I meant, but I'm glad Blake is here to tell me, or at least make sure that everybody knows what I meant.
Yeah, you say. We all slip up. We all make mistakes. It's okay. I got your back.
I appreciate it, Blake. 2nd down and 9. With 5:55 left to go here in the first half. Pistol formation. Receiver here on the near side with Lewis in the backfield. Play action. Kaiser a roll to the right. Dumps it off for Cooper Twilliger. He's able to take a hit and fall forward to the 40-yard line. A gain of 5. And it's going to be 3rd down and medium here for the Governors.
Yeah, they're going to spot him at about the 41, but bootleg play there from Kaiser. He's able to roll out to the near sideline, hit Terwilliger on an in route from the freshman tight end there, and pick up a nice chunk play of about 4 or 5 yards, depending on the spot. I guess they'll give it officially 5. 3rd and 4 for the Govs from the 41. Looked like the Arrows might have jumped off sides there on that clap there from Kaiser, but they do manage to stay on sides here on 3rd and 4.
Kaiser again, he'll pitch it over left side, option play for Lewis. He cuts the far side of the field, try to cut it back, and he was able to tumble his way forward as he dove past the hits and got to the 35-yard line, a gain of 6 and a 1st down for the Governors. on what was going to be a big third down for Watertown, because not so much a big third down for the Governors, but was a big third down for Watertown to try and help get them off the field, and now it's another new set of downs for the Governors again.
Yeah, and that looked almost like they were going to send a corner blitz on that play, John, because there was a corner that looked like he was kind of feigning a blitz from the far side. And honestly, if they send that, because he ended up dropping back into coverage anyway, they send that, they might stop Trey Lewis in the backfield or Cade Kaiser. But nice job by the Govs to pick it up.
This will be a toss here for Mosier. It's a completed pass as Mosier will be wrestled down at around the 34-yard line, a gain of 1. Mosier technically will get the catch, and Kaiser now 9 of 13 for 82 yards. And that's what Coach Hodorf was talking about in the pregame interview. He was saying that with the way Pierre plays their game, you're almost guessing, you're trying to guess right on if they're going to run or pass the football. And you try and show something to maybe bait them into throwing the football, and that time it didn't work. Governor stayed with what their play was, and Watertown, I guess, guessed wrong, trying to stop the pass when they should have been trying to stop the run. Empty backfield here, 2nd down and 9. Designed run here for Kaiser, trying to go right up the middle, but he has hit. The ball comes well out, and it's going to be Watertown that falls on top of it. The helmet of Mike Hack, I believe it was Micah Hack, that was able to get this helmet right on top of the football. Maybe it was Beauchamp that recovers it, and it's going to be 1st down for Watertown at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, and Kaiser was trying to just extend the football, I think maybe to get more yards, but it looked like Hauk's helmet ended up getting Kaiser right on the elbow, because he comes off the field and is really in pain. It looks to be his non-throwing elbow, so that's something to keep an eye on if you're a Governor fan. But ball pops out of the left hand of Kaiser, falls to the natural grass here at Hollister Field, and the Arrows are able to fall on top of it. So a turnover for the Govs here late in this first half.
4:17 left to go. They're going to run the ball with Juven Hudson again. He trying to split through. He does, and a touchdown-saving tackle by Emmett Anderson as he was able to sweep the leg, basically, of Juven Hudson right at the yard mark to gain, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for Watertown. Just a gain of 10 for Hudson, but it could have been a gain of about 73 and a touchdown for Juven Hudson.
Yeah, that was big touchdown-saving tackle by Emmett Anderson on that play, because like you said, Juven Hudson was an ankle tackle away from taking that thing 70 yards and making this a one-score ball game with just over 4 minutes to play in the first half.
3:45 left to go. Hemrick drops back to pass. He's going to throw downfield looking for Olsen. It's going to be up for Carson Stosher, and it's going to be a pass interference against Carson Stosher, and he is slow to get up as well. And Stosher, he couldn't get his head turned around. He might have had the wind knocked out of him, and just too much hand fighting that the referee will call against Stosher, and it's going to be 1st and 10 again here for Watertown.
Yeah, just like you said, John, Stosher wasn't able to get his head around, and every time that you make contact with the receiver that far down the field.
And pass interference on the defense, and a 15-yard penalty, so it's now going to be out past midfield, almost, it will be past midfield to the Governor 47.
Anyway, to finish up that thought, every time you make contact with a receiver that far downfield, especially if you don't get your head turned around, that flag is going to come out every single time, and that's what happened there with Stosher. I believe it was Pitkin that was the intended receiver on the play. Either Pitkin or Olsen. I couldn't see if it was a 1 or a 7 or just a regular 7 or 17. But regardless, 1st down for the Arrows on a 15-yard penalty.
Here, toss for Hudson now as he'll be able to take his way forward to the 43-yard line. Gain of about 4 there for Juven Hudson, and it's 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, Juven Hudson able to pick up a couple, like you said, about 4 yards there. Emmett Anderson on the tackle, as well as Jet Zabel. Jet Zabel playing a lot of defense here tonight for the Govs. But that brings up 2nd down and about 6 from the Governor 43. Arrows now in Governor territory after the penalty and the 4-yard gain from Hudson.
3 minutes to go here in the first half. Zabel looking to show blitz. Play action. Hemrick will roll to his right. Now a throw down the field. It's going to be short, and Spencer Schonsberg, who is in coverage. There's no chance for anybody to make that catch, and it's now 3rd down and 6 for the Watertown Arrows. A big 3rd down upcoming here for Watertown with 2:51 to go in the first half. You're down by 2 scores. You get the ball to start the second half. You really would like to be within a score going in the locker room against this Governor team. And with 2:51 left to go, do you say this is 4-down territory for the Watertown Arrows?
Yeah, you almost have to, especially when you've got a player as dynamic as Juven Hudson in the backfield. If it's me, John, and there's a reason I'm sitting up here and not on a sideline somewhere, but I think you got to put the ball in the hands of your best player. I'd give it to Juven Hudson a couple of times and try to let him pick it up.
You're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront Broadcasting Station. We do have our first timeout of the half as Coach John Hodorf will take the timeout with Watertown facing a 3rd and 6 from the Governor 43-yard line. 21-7 our score in the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. We've got 3 games going on across the state, this being one of those 3 games, the other 2-11 AAA, and everybody else just getting underway now across the rest of the state in those 14 games. That is actually, well, somehow Yankton's up 6-0 in the before the start of the first quarter. Maybe they still got, they might have got a 6-0 lead over the T-Area Titans, but that is the other game, 11 AA. The winner, 2 winners will face off next Friday at 7 o'clock at the Dakota Dome. The 21-0 lead for Sioux Falls Lincoln at the end of the first half over Brandon Valley, and a 20-14 lead for Harrisburg over O'Gorman at the end of the first half in 11 AAA. So everybody else just getting underway across the states. We do have a score. Hot Springs beating Rapid City Christian 7-0 early on. That's out west in the Mountain Time Zone, and both 9 AA games just getting started with Howard leading Platte Geddes 6-0. Back here, 21-7 our score with the Governors leading the Watertown Arrows. Man goes in motion. The ball is dropped. It's going to be fallen on top by Hemrick. And now maybe it's not 4-down territory anymore. It's going to be a loss of about 7, and it's 4th down and long. It'll be 4th and 13, and Watertown will have to punt the ball away. That's about the only thing that wasn't going to make it 4-down territory, Blake.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a killer. Absolute killer for the Arrows there. You can't have the ball hit the turf on a snap, and that's exactly what happened. Hemrick wasn't able to corral that high snap. It looked like it was going to end up in the hands of Juven Hudson, but ball hits the deck, and both guys fall on top of it, lose yardage, and now the ball ends up in the hands of Winches, and he'll punt it away.
That's a much better punt here from Winches. Lewis bobbles it. He's trying to pick it back up. He does at the 5-yard line, and he's not going to get anywhere to go with it. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Governors with 2:02 to go, and a long way for Pierre to try and score. But the best news there for the Governors is that Lewis is able to pick the ball back up, and it's 1st and 10 for Pierre and not 1st and goal for Watertown.
Yeah, that had disaster written all over it for the Govs on that play, because Winches hit about as good a ball as you can off his foot. Not only was it long, it was high, so that gave his coverage unit a chance to get down the field. Lewis bobbled the punt when he tried to corral it. He was able to pick it up just before an Arrow defender was able to kind of push him out of bounds, but the Govs are in the shadow of their own end zone trying to get 95 yards in 2 minutes.
Kaiser will drop back to pass from the end zone to the throw. The catch is made by Zabel out on the far side of the field. Another flag will come in against Brock Mosier on a hold, and the Governors can't get out of the shadow of their own end zone quite yet. And it's going to be 1st down, and maybe they move up a yard or two from the 5-yard line. If you take it to half this is the goal, you might end up moving a yard or two.
Yeah, really, at the end of the day, that holding penalty is not the biggest deal in the world, because they'll end up half the distance to the goal, and you move back a couple yards. So, 10 yards versus, 2.5 in theory. Penalty is a lot less egregious when you're backed up that close to your own end zone.
Actually, didn't even lose any yards on that play. They just went from the near hash to the far hash of the field, and it's 1st and 10 still here from the 5-yard line. Kaiser with a quick pass. Stallion will make the catch. He's out of the 10 to the 15. Stays on his feet. Breaks free. Stallion gets out, and a touchdown saving tackle again, as it only was at the 25-yard line. And nearly, Pitkin will make the touchdown saving tackle. Stallion nearly took it 95 yards of the house. It ends up being a gain of about 19.
Yeah, George Staley an ankle tackle away from taking that thing all the way.
Here's a toss for Zabel off the hands. It falls incomplete, and thank goodness that Zabel got a fingertip on it. Otherwise, that was going to be right in the hands of Marcus Pitkin again, and it was going to end up being an interception for the Governors, or for Watertown against Pierre.
Yeah, just Zabel playing a little bit of defense. Kaiser, ball actually was on the grass on that play, so Kaiser was trying to, maybe was a little amped up, didn't think he had as much time as he actually did, tried to get it to Zabel, floated it a little bit too high, and Zabel playing a little bit of defense there, knocking the ball to the grass.
1:30 left to go. Kaiser's his, he throws. Zabel will make the catch as he was slipping to the ground. He's going to first down as he gets past the 35 to around the 37, a gain of 12 for Jed Zabel on that catch.
Yeah, Kaiser was slow to get up on that hit. After that hit, he's trying to get the play call in from upstairs and get his guys aligned here.
The throw here from George Stalley as he makes the first man miss, and then he's pushed it out of bounds as they'll get to the Governor bench to the 43-yard line, a gain of about 6, but he's out of bounds, which will stop the clock with 1:14 to go.
Yeah, that was probably the best thing that could have happened there for the Govs, because Stalley slipped that first tackle. Now that gives them a little bit more time to set something up as far as a play call here with the clock stopped as well.
That last catch play, when Zabel made the catch, that was his first official catch of the night. Kaiser will avoid the sack for a moment. He dives forward, and he will end up taking a loss of about 1 or 2. And now we've got an injured player, as it is Micah Hackma, who gets right back up. He slams his club into the ground, and then he gets right back up. And then Coach Hodorf will take a timeout, trying to get his defense reset back up, because you want your nose tackle in, and you want to make sure that he is okay. Ends up being a loss of 1, I believe. Actually, about a loss of 1. It'd be 3rd down and 5 coming after this timeout.
Yeah, Hauk was just slow to get up on that play, like you said, and forces Watertown to have to take a timeout because they were not set with 54 seconds to go here in this first half. Because that could have been a 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down for the Govs if they had gotten that snap off before Hauk gets back on the correct side of the line of scrimmage before the play starts. And I believe the clock stops as well when that ball moves forward 5 yards. So Govs would have gotten another chance with the ball advancing 5 yards if they would have snapped the ball to move it an additional 5 yards without wasting any clock, and they would have gotten a fresh set of downs as well.
So we'll be 3rd down and 4, 3rd down and 5 with 54 seconds to go. The 42-yard line, they're going to get to the 47-yard line in their own territory to the Governors. Moving from left to right, 21-7 American Family Insurance, Brittany Schoffelbein scoreboard. Kaiser trying to get Watertown to jump, and they do. No, it's a false start against the Governors.
Yep, they're going to call it on tie and bus.
So Pierre doesn't get the arrows to jump. They jump themselves, and it's now 3rd down and 9 back at the 37-yard line as they got to get to make it 3rd down and 10 as they got to get to the 47.
Yeah, that's just a really unfortunate play there from Ty and Bus. Jumps over the line. Thought you had Watertown offsides, but it ends up being Ty and Bus.
As Kaiser steps up in the pocket, he is hit, he is thrown down, and it's a sack, and it's going to be 4th down, and the Governors, they want to milk this clock now. It's 4th down and long. They don't need to be moving quickly to the ball. It's going to be a loss back to the 33-yard line, so a loss of 4, and it's 4th down and long, 4th and 14.
And honestly, maybe you just wind this thing down as much as you can, and if the officials, give you the 5-yard penalty for delay a game, you just take it and maybe do the old run around and throw it out of bounds play on 4th down, and that way you send this thing to halftime.
There's going to be 1 second between. They can almost just run a play, take a snap, and take a knee. But it's going to be, they're going to get a timeout at 5 seconds. I think Coach Steele didn't really want the timeout quite yet because the referee when he put his hand up for 10 seconds, because there is no play clock, he puts his hand up for 10 seconds. There was 11 seconds on the clock. But then when the timeout was had, it was 5 seconds to go on the clock. So now you almost drop a play to roll Kaiser out and just make sure he throws the football away as time expires.
Yeah, with this play,
or you just go for it. You run something to go for it here on 4th down.
Well, I don't even think you do that. I think what you do is you snap the ball to Kaiser. He almost probably should run backwards here. Run around, try and waste as much time as he can. Maybe put a guy out in the flat, let him throw it away, and get into halftime.
So Zabel will come out to punt the ball away, and we'll see maybe if he will run around a little bit instead of actually punting the ball. And Zabel will have to punt the ball away. He almost got himself blocked, and it's going to take a hop, and Watertown won't even get to it. It's going to be down right there at the 39-yard line, and that will take us to halftime with the Pierre Governors leading 21-7 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffleby scoreboard. Governors have a 21-7 lead. We'll step aside for 3 minutes. We'll come back with halftime stats. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR, presented by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota. You're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Access Health Fort Pierre is here to serve you. Mission-driven to provide affordable, high-quality health care. Access Health provides personalized care for the entire family, including chronic and acute care, evaluation of illness and injury, laboratory services, wellness exams, DOT and sports physicals, and immunizations. Access Health Fort Pierre. Affordable, high-quality service without the wait. Compassionate, committed, and convenient. The clinics of Access Health have been serving Central South Dakota for the past 35 years. Access Health, caring for communities, caring for you.
Verdict Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Technical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Verdict Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Verdict Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Verdict Electric, 224-8684.
Look, it's no secret that owning a vehicle can cause a lot of stress, and they get a lot of wear and tear on them through the extreme seasons we've grown to love. Graham Tire wants you to know that you can trust them with any problem that you have with your vehicle. Their ASE certified mechanics can make your AC cool again, or even just change your oil. They can look into and fix those noises that seem to come from nowhere and have you stressed out. Bring your car to Graham Tire so they can put your mind at ease. Graham Tire, your tire store next door.
So why do teenagers play high school sports?
My reason why is a sense of purpose.
My reason why is to inspire others.
One reason student athletes seldom mention is to get an athletic scholarship. They know that only 2% of all high school athletes are awarded a sports scholarship. So why do they play?
My reason why is friendship.
Tell us your reason using the hashtag #MyReasonWhy.
This message presented by the NFHS and the South Dakota High School Activities Association.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Wahi Federal Credit Union member? At a Wahi Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at a Wahi Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Wahi Federal Credit Union.
Hello, I'm Pastor Jeff Lathrop of Pierre First United Methodist Church, and I'd like to invite you to join us in person for worship on Sunday mornings at 8:30 a.m. or 11 a.m. You can also join us on Facebook Live or on KCCR 1240 a.m. or 98.9 FM for our Sunday morning broadcast at 11 a.m. Come worship with us at First United Methodist Church, where you will find open hearts, open minds, and open doors.
As we welcome you back here, the Pierre Governors at halftime have a 21-7 lead on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffleby scoreboard. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean as we welcome you in here to halftime. And the Governors, they got on the board first. An 8-play, 48-yard drive and a 7-yard touchdown run by Kate Kaiser before a 4-play and then a 47-yard throw and catch from Trayton Hemrick to Spencer Winches made it a 7-7 tie. And then the next drive, the Governors went 11 plays, 90 yards, and a 1-yard touchdown run from Jed Zabel, made it 14-7. A interception thrown by Trayton Hemrick was followed by an interception by the Governors, and then a punt from Watertown. The Governors got the final score of the first half, a 3-play, 53-yard drive and a 37-yard touchdown run by Trey Lewis. and then a fumble, or excuse me, a punt, a fumble, and then a couple of punts to close out the half. And that is where we sit here at the break, 21-7 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. And Blake, this is a good defensive game. Both defenses are playing well against a offense like the Pierre Governors had, and then a running attack like the Watertown Arrows have.
Yeah, and you kind of expected that coming into this ball game, John. Both teams are playing to their strengths here on offense on the first in the first half, and you saw Pierre throw the ball around a little bit and have some success with that, and you saw Watertown, run the ball pretty effectively as well, and you actually the scoring plays from both teams have actually been the opposite of that, because the only scoring play that Watertown's had was the long pass play from Hemrick to Winches, and then the three Governor scores have all come from the ground. One from Kaiser, one from Zabel, and one from Trey Lewis. So both teams are scoring in the opposite ways that they've probably built their offensive strengths to this point this year. But both are leaning into what has gotten them to this point as well. As like you said, Hudson's run the ball 8 times for 40 yards. And Kaiser has thrown 17 passes for 12 of 17 for 119 through the air. So both teams moving the ball like we expected them to, but the scores have come from the side of their offensive game plans that aren't as well known for both teams. So I guess Pierre's probably better known for being able to both run and throw in that regard, but nice job by both teams of showing that they're well-rounded, and there's a reason why they're both here in the semifinal matchup.
Well, the crazy thing too is that Watertown doesn't even have 100 yards in the air through the ground right now. 92 yards in total, 87 make that 57 through and 51 through the air and 35 through the ground. So that's only actually 86 yards in total for the Watertown Arrows. So they've even gotten to the 90-yard mark. The Governors have gotten to 203 yards of offense, 119 through the air and 84 on the ground, which was led by 53 yards by Trey Lewis. And so far, it's the penalties have kind of overshadowed a little bit more of what these offenses and defenses can do. Because on some drives it's being beneficial for Watertown, some drives it's beneficial for Pierre, both offensively and defensively. You can say that.
Yeah, it hasn't been a very clean game on either side, like you said, John. Both teams have had a lot of penalties here tonight, and part of that you can maybe attribute to the fact that it's a semifinal game. Both teams are trying to scrap and claw and do everything they can to get to the Dakota Dome in Vermilion. But at the same time, as much as you want to use that adrenaline for the benefit of your own team, it's really kind of shooting both teams in the foot as far as the penalties go, because it would be interesting to keep tally of how many penalties there's been on both teams. Neither of us keep track of that statistic, but or how many yards of penalties that both teams have had as well. So like I said, I think the biggest thing is both teams are trying to do as much as they can to help their team, but the over-aggressiveness on both sides has cost both teams in that regard. So you kind of have to harness the energy a little bit, play within your boundaries, and do everything you can that way to over this next 24 minutes of game time. And the team that does that can kind of harness that energy for good and continue to put points on the board will be the team that ends up being the one going to Vermilion next weekend.
So a couple of stat breakdown here real quick. We'll start with Watertown. As we mentioned, 40 yards on 8 carries for Juven Hudson. Trey Hemrick has lost 5 yards in his 2 carries. He is 2 of 10 for a 51 yards and interception, but he has thrown a 47-yard touchdown pass to Spencer Wenches. Hudson has the other catch for 4 yards. That is the offense for the Watertown Arrows. For the Pierre Governor offense, it is Cade Kaiser has ran the ball 11 times for 23 yards. Trey Lewis has the most yards on the ground, 53 yards and 5 carries. Chance started with a yard for a yard on a carry, and a 7 yards on 4 carries for Jet Zabel. He has a touchdown run, and so does Trey Lewis, a touchdown run. Cade Kaiser is 12 of 17 for 119 yards, a touchdown and interception. As actually, don't make that a touchdown interception, just an interception. All 3 touchdowns have been on the ground. And he's thrown to 5 different receivers. George Staley's got 5 catches for 27 yards. Brock Mosier, 3 catches for 29 yards. Cooper Twilliger with 2 catches for 20 yards. Tyan Buss has got a catch for 31 yards, and Jet Zabel a catch for 12 yards. And that's the stat rundown. Governor's out gaining the Watertown Arrows 203 to 86 in the first half. We'll take a break here in the halftime show. Back in 3 minutes with scores around the states and other semifinal games. Back in 3 minutes as you're listening to Pierre Governor Football, presented by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota on KCCR, and also watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Imagine your backyard turned into an outdoor oasis. Hi, this is Jason with Leisure Palace. Imagine sliding into a hot spring spa and having the jets pulsate and rejuvenate your body, then take a few steps into your own outdoor pool, swimming and enjoying time with family and friends. At Leisure Palace, we have a great selection of spas, pools, and many other items. The guaranteed lowest prices and your oasis for family fun and relaxation. Leisure Palace of Pierre.
Terry and Peggy Barber with Brett Spray Service in Pierre and Oneida would like to wish the Pierre Governors good luck in tonight's game. Call Brett Spray Service today at 605-258-2743 for all your aerial application and retail chemical sales need. The Barbers would like to remind you what Henry Ford once said, that when everything seems to be going against you, remember that the airplane takes off against the wind, not with it.
From time to time, parents occasionally ask,
is it safe for my children to participate in high school sports?
A better question might be,
is it safe for my children not to participate in high school sports?
Statistics show that teenagers are likely to be healthier and stay healthier as adults if they play a sport in high school. Participating in a high school sport builds and maintains strong bones, muscles, and joints. High school athletes are also more likely to develop good eating habits. High school athletes not only have stronger bodies, their self-esteem, self-confidence, and self-discipline are strengthened too. So insightful parents aren't asking,
is it safe for my children to participate in high school sports?
Instead, they're asking,
hey, what time is the game tonight?
This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We all want to be happy, but sometimes that doesn't feel possible. But if you have hope, you have everything. Rising Hope Counseling provides high-quality mental health services with locations across South Dakota. Additionally, by providing telehealth, we ensure South Dakota's rural residents have access to high-quality mental health services. Our team lives and works in your communities, and we understand the unique challenges we face. Schedule an appointment by phone or online today. Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota is serving the central South Dakota community and beyond with a great selection of used vehicles. Local trades and program vehicles are available. New Toyotas and new Fords are arriving and selling before they even hit the lot. So don't wait. Stop in and find out what's coming. If you've been thinking about ordering a new Ford, stop in and sit down with one of our sales specialists today. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com.
As we welcome you back here, the Pierre Governors with a 21-7 lead here at halftime. Blake Dean's got scores from you from across the state. Take it away, Blake.
Yeah, we'll start with the other game of interest to our listening audience tonight, that being the game played out in Yankton. Yankton and T area deadlocked at 13 with 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. In that contest down in Yankton, the winner of that game would face the winner of this game in the Dakota Dome in Vermilion on Friday night. In 11 AAA, we've got Sioux Falls Lincoln, the Patriots, up over Brandon Valley at Howard Wood Field, 28-7 with 7 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Harrisburg over O'Gorman in the 2-3 matchup, 27-14 in favor of the Harrisburg Tigers, that game being played in Harrisburg. In 11A, Del Rapids, the number 1 seed, with an 8-7 lead over Sioux Falls Christian with 1 minute left to go in the first quarter. The Lennox Cardinals with an 8-6 lead over the West Central Trojans at West Central in 11A with a minute to go in the first quarter of that game. Hot Springs with a 14-10 lead over Rapid City Christian in 11B, and Elk Point Jefferson with a 7-0 lead over Winner with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. That Hot Springs Rapid City Christian game has got 11 minutes to go in the second. In 9AA, Parkston with a 6-3 lead over Hamlin with 10 minutes left in the second quarter. And the other matchup in 9AA, the Howard is leading Platte Geddes 12-0 with 6 minutes left in the second quarter there. In the game that you can find on Country 95.3, Dubrick area has a 6-0 lead over the Phillips Scotties with 10 minutes left in the second quarter. Canastota with a 16-8 lead over Warner in 9A in that matchup, and Falkton area with an 8-0 lead in 9B over Potter County with 11 minutes to go in the second, and Avon and DeSmet are with an 8-0 lead for Avon with 7 minutes left in the first quarter in 9B. The winner of those games going, of course, to the Dakota Dome in Vermilion. The winner of all of tonight's games across the state going to the Dakota Dome in Vermilion next weekend, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
We are getting set for the second half. Back in 2 minutes with the second half. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football, presented by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota here on KCCR, and also watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
At Barber Farm Service Incorporated and Barber Chemical LLC in Oneida, we are all about guaranteeing that our customers are as satisfied as they can be and improving their bottom line. Stop by or give us a call today at 605-258-2708 to see what we can do for you. Barber Farm Service Incorporated and Barber Chemical LLC for all of your agricultural needs this season.
Victory is sweet, but defeat stings. Where do you turn when things start to go badly in your life? This is Pastor Sam at Faith Lutheran Church. God loves you. He's by your side no matter what life brings. I encourage you to join us for family-friendly, encouraging worship. Whether today is a day to give thanks or to seek God's comfort, you'll find help and support at Faith Lutheran Church.
We're Faith Lutheran and we are glad you're here.
Back here at Hollister Field, we are set for the third quarter. The Pierre Governors with a 21-7 lead on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard with Jen Hanna back in the station. Blake Dean, John Winkler here on this beautiful Friday evening. Glad you're with us here. It's just past 7:30. Feels like it's a lot. That doesn't really feel like it's a lot later, but got the game started at 6 o'clock. If you're just joining us thinking you got caught the second quarter, no. We're heading the third quarter right now. 43 degrees on a beautiful night here in Pierre, South Dakota. Can't ask, especially after last week, especially when we had to like 3 weeks ago when we went to T. You can't ask for better weather in the 11 and the semifinal football game that we have here tonight.
No, not at all. It's crisp. It's autumn. Autumn air is definitely out tonight here in the capital city. 41 degrees, partly cloudy skies, although it's nighttime, so sky quality doesn't really matter anymore. Regardless, though, wanted to run through a few defensive stats for you. Emmett Anderson leading the Governors unofficially with 4 tackles in that first half. Jet Zabel had 3, and of course Titan Winkler had an interception. a tackle, and a pass breakup. So a few different governors shining on the defensive side of the ball as we look forward to George Stalley getting his foot on the ball and starting the second half.
12 minutes are on the clock. Final half of football here at Hollister Field for 2023 as he will kick this one away. It'll be dropped again by Watertown. Hudson will have to pick it up, and he is immediately falling down as Owen Sparks mishandled the kick. And Hudson, who grabbed it, ended up just falling straight to the grass. Sparks kind of helped fall on top of him, but it will be Watertown ball at the 24-yard line, and that's not how you wanted to start the second half of your Watertown. Obviously, still got okay field position, but the way Sparks ran that first kickoff back, he got pretty good yardage on it. You're hoping to see a little bit better coming from Watertown if you're a Watertown fan.
Yeah, and that's the second time that Owen Sparks has put the ball on the turf here tonight, and maybe that's the strategy for the Govs is they're trying to put the ball in his hands and target him on kickoffs.
Play action, a pump fake for Hemrick. Now he backs up and he just has to throw this ball away. Nobody was open. Good defense there by the Governors, defending all aspects of the receivers on that first down play.
Yeah, nice job by the back end of shutting that play down. And Emmett Anderson got off of his block. We've been calling his name quite a bit tonight on the defensive side of the ball. And putting pressure on Hamrick, forcing him to throw that ball away and making it 2nd and 10. But a great job, not only by Anderson, but by the entire back end. Lewis, Stoscher, Schonsberg, Easland, and maybe a couple linebackers out there defending on that pass play on first down for the Arrows.
2nd and 10 from the 24-yard line. Hudson will go to the pistol formation now with Hemrick as he'll fake the handoff on the jet sweep. Hudson will get the ball, and Jed Zabel is throwing back, along with Chance Sarda throwing back to Juven Hudson, and it's going to be 3rd down. Sarda was the one that wrapped him up. Zabel kind of gave him a little bit of a strong stiff arm push, and it's 3rd down and 9 on a gain of 1 for Juven Hudson.
Yeah, nice job there by both Jet Zabel and Chance Sarda on the stop there for the Govs. Stopping Hudson in the hole. They tried to open up that hole, did the Arrows offensive line, but both Sarda and Zabel playing the linebacker spots for the Govs here on this drive, able to shut it down really quickly, making it 3rd and 9 for the Arrows.
Shotgun formation here. Wenches was running to his right. Now he'll run back to his left. Get 2 receivers up there. Hemrick will tip the snap to himself. Now he's rolling to the left, trying to stay alive, and he shovel passes it over to the Watertown sideline, and it falls incomplete, and it's going to be 4th down. And Watertown did not get what they wanted in that first drive. They're going to have to punt the ball away after gaining just 1 yard, and it's a 3 and out.
I think that's one of, if not the first 3 and out for the Govs tonight, John. Good job by the defense, really kind of buckling down and forcing the Arrows to punt here, only gaining 1 yard were the Arrows. And like you said, Hamrick was kind of scrambling outside the pocket to his left, and Lucas Chamberlain kind of forced the ball out of his hands prematurely. He ends up throwing it just into the sideline of his own bench, and that forces an Arrow punt from their own 25-yard line.
Boy, they had so many guys run on the field and run back off the field, and then Wenches did not get a good punt off, although it will take a little bit of a Watertown roll. And Spencer Easland, along with number 25 and Marcus Fossum, were both tangled up a little bit, but the Governors will take over right at the 50-yard line, and it's going to be a great field position for the Governors to try and go up by 3 scores here early on in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, not a good punt there at all. Only about a 25-yard punt from the Arrows as far as net yardage, as the ball was down, like you said, right at about the 50-yard line. I think it was Wenches that was the one punting it. I didn't see a number on it, didn't catch one, but regardless, ball ends up right at midfield, and the Govs take over with a chance to go up 4 scores if they're able to punch it in.
Pistol formation here, 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line. A handoff for Lewis, who bobbled it on the exchange, but he'll spin off of a couple tacklers, and he's thrown forward as he got to around the 40-yard line, and that should be enough for a 1st down. I think they're going to spot him for a 1st down, and it will be. They haven't officially pointed at a 1st down yet.
Well, it looked like that first official was going to spot him for a 1st down. They do end up giving it to him, but the other side official on the far side was lined up right at the marker, so it was a little bit unclear, but they do spot him just over the 40-yard line. 10-yard gain for Trey Lewis, first down Govs.
The clock is stopped here at 10:35 to go in the third quarter. First and 10 from the Watertown 40-yard line. Two receivers out on the far side, pistol formation again. Lewis gets the handoff, goes left side. He's going to try and take a man with them for a couple extra yards, as that was a tackle by Owen Sparks, and Lewis will pick up a good chunk on first and 10 and a second and short here for the Govs.
Yeah, nice. Another run there from Trey Lewis, able to bounce around the left side. That left side, they've been doing a good job of sealing things. Looks like Jacob Mikkonen's over there. Right now, Cooper Terwilliger, tight ends over there as well, along with 63, that being Zayden Rounds. So Rounds and Mikkonen doing a good job of sealing that left side on the edge, and the Govs are able to pick up chunk plays of 10 and 7 on the ground, giving it to Lewis.
Second and 3, Lewis another run. He'll get another first down as he will fall backwards but fall forward as Sparks gets another tackle, but Lewis will pick up another first down as he gets inside the 30 to around the 27-yard line.
Again, another good job there by Rounds and Mikkonen, and Terwilliger is on the edge as well, sealing the edge for Lewis, able to pick up another chunk play of about 5-6 yards and another first down for the green and white.
Lewis will cut it out far side. That's going to be a hold. That's going to come back, and the Governors nearly picked up another first down for Trey Lewis, but that flag was thrown, and it will be Ty Michael that will most likely get called for the hold against the Govs. And Blake was right, pointing that down on our sheet. That time Michael is the one that gets called for the hold, and it's going to be first down and long now here for the Governors, as they'll spot him all the way back at the 37-yard line, and it will be first and 20 for the Governors.
I think that's at least the second holding call on Ty Michael here tonight. Maybe possibly more. We don't really keep track of penalties, but I had seen that he had ended up on the ground and was looking pretty dejected once Trey Lewis bounced that off the right side. So figured once that flag came out from the referee back behind the play that it was probably going to go against Ty Michael there, and it ended up being the case. So first and 20 for the Govs from the Arrow 37.
9:22 to go here in the third quarter. Handoff for Lewis. He'll cuts to the right again. Somehow stays on his feet as he spun around. He's out inside the 20 to around the 15-yard line. A big run for Trey Lewis as he'll get in the Governors into the red zone to around the 17-yard line. Get about 20 there for Trey Lewis.
The contact balance that Trey Lewis possesses is absolutely phenomenal as a runner of the football. And his primary position is on defense, playing linebacker or a strong safety. He's kind of a hybrid player in that regard, but you put the ball in his hands and he just stays on his feet regardless of how many hits he takes, and he's able to make plays.
Here is Kaiser with the option. He'll pitch it to Lewis, and then he'll try and get a block for Lewis as well, as he got from the 16-yard line, maybe a gain of about 1 or 2. And it'll be up second down here for the Governors.
Yeah, Austin Johnson was one of a host of Arrows who, sniffed out that option right away, and after the ball was pitched from Kaiser to Lewis in the backfield, he was the one that ended up forcing Lewis out of bounds for a short gain of about 2 yards on that play.
Second and 8. Lewis is now a yard away from breaking the century mark on the ground. 99 yards on 10 carries. It's not a bad average of 9.9 yards per carry for Trey Lewis, who's already got a touchdown run, and he has been fed the ball lots here on this drive. He'll get the ball again, cut it back right side as he stays on his feet, and there's the power of Trey Lewis that gets in the end zone for a touchdown. A 14-yard run, and that is a strong man run for Trey Lewis to make it 27-7 with 8:59 to go here in the third quarter.
Again, the contact balance that Trey Lewis possesses, once he's hit, you have to wrestle him to the ground. I mean, he's a wrestler too, but you almost have to put him you make sure you put him on the ground because he's going to run through arm tackles. He's going to bounce off of everybody that he can. And you saw that on at least 2 plays on that drive. And he powers his way into the end zone for the Govs, putting them up 28-7 after the extra point off the foot of Barry is up through the uprights and good with 8:59 here to go in the third quarter.
Back in 30 seconds, you're listening to Pierre Governor Football, presented by Capital City Ford Lincoln and Toyota on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
The frigid air of winter and the blistering heat of summer can really put a dent into your pocketbook. The gang at Weatherall Roofing and Insulation in Pierre say, just foam it. Saving money on your energy bills is what it's all about with Weatherall Roofing and Insulation. At Weatherall Roofing and Insulation help you save money with their custom spray foam or blow-in fiberglass insulation. Call 224-7982 for a free estimate. And remember, just foam it.
It is a 6-play, 50-yard drive and a 14-yard touchdown run for Trey Lewis, who has got the Governors up 28-7 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schoffelbein scoreboard. His second touchdown run, 113 yards now on the ground for Trey Lewis on 11 carries. And boy, that last one of 14 yards, I don't know if there's a better run than what Trey Lewis had. Now, granted, there's a lot that you couldn't see because he was wrapped up, he was thrown around, and he just stayed on his feet the entire time. And it's a 28-7 lead now for the Governors, 21-point advantage as Stalley with the line drive kick is going to be nearly recovered by the Governors. If they fall on top of it, I think Watertown end up either getting on top of it or the ball went out of bounds. Spencer Easler was the first one over to him. Marcus Pitkin for Watertown was there, and Easler nearly recovered it to give the Governors the ball right back. Nobody was close to the ball going after the ball for Watertown. And maybe it went out of bounds and ended up being the Watertown will get at the 40-yard line, I believe. Are they going to make him well, I wouldn't think you would want to re-kick that one.
No. I think you're going to get the ball spotted because it didn't go over the 35-yard line. They're going to
Yeah, they'll add 5 yards on top of him. That's probably what you're going to say, Blair.
Yeah, they're going to spot the ball, 5-yard penalty from where the kick went out of bounds. So the Watertown Arrows will get it at the 47, but really smart there by Stalley because he saw that there was nobody on that side of the field and had a chance for a possible onside recovery for the Govs on that play.
8:59 to go here in the third quarter, and this is a big drive here for Watertown, down by 3 scores right now. This will be a run for Wenches, who is lined up at quarterback, and Spencer Wenches will take the Wildcat snap, Wild Arrow snap, however you want to call it, and it's going to be a gain of about 2 to around the 44-yard line. And that's the first run for Wenches here on the evening, and it's second down and 8.
Yeah, that was a direct snap to Wenches as well. Takes it for 2 yards, met in the hole by Chance Sarda and Jet Zabel on another combined tackle for the two of them. And, just a couple yards there from Wenches, and second and 8 here for the Arrows, just shy of midfield.
Hemrick is back at quarterback now. He'll throw far side. He's got a man, Olsen, now make the catch. His first grab of the night, only the third completion of the entire night, as Mitch Olsen will get out to the 40-yard line and a gain of about 17 there for Olsen, or 16 for Olsen.
Yeah, just a nice, really kind of another play action pass, and that's been kind of the key to the Arrow passing attack tonight. They've run a lot of play action, and Olsen was open on the far side. Wasn't sure if it was kind of an in route or if it was a, just kind of a late screen or a early screen, but he was able to get out there and do that, catch the ball out there.
Hudson will get a first down as he will continue to spin through, and Hudson goes from the 40 all the way inside the 25-yard line to around the 26, or to make that the 24, a gain of about 16. Again make that gain of 17 for Hudson. It's first and 10, and Watertown all of a sudden is within the doorstep of getting to the red zone for the first time tonight.
Yeah, just put the ball in the hands of your best player, and that's exactly what Watertown did there. Juven Hudson was running down the far sideline, picking up another nice chunk play of 12 or 13 after the Watertown offensive line does a good job of sealing the left side.
This will be a handoff for Hudson, right side. He'll cut it back. right up the middle of the offensive line. He'll get to around the 20-yard line, make that the 21-yard line, a gain of about 2, and it's second down and 8. 60 yards now for Hudson on 11 carries, so not so bad of a running the football here. About 5 carries or so, or 5 yards per carry, a little more than 5 yards per carry for Juven Hudson, but he's just now starting to get himself going with 60 yards on 11 carries, and we're 7:13 left to go in the third quarter. Second down and about 8 from the 21. Play action here for Hamrick. He'll roll, he'll throw. It's going to be up. The ball is tipped. Diving for it is Lewis. He makes the catch. Oh, what an incredible diving play from Trey Lewis. Interception for the Governors. We do have an injured Watertown arrow play right now. And it is Austin Johnson who was the intended target. He does get up. It might actually have been Mitch Olson that was the one that was on the ground. But it will be 1st and 10 for the Governors at the 10-yard line. What an incredible interception by Trey Lewis.
Unbelievable. Again, Trey Lewis making big plays. Breakup there for Eastland, his second of the night as far as pass breakups go. But he tipped it up in the air. And Trey Lewis doing what Trey Lewis does, just making plays. I have a pretty strong feeling that we'll be seeing 26 up here yet again as one of our players of the game. If the Govs end up pulling this one out.
As Kaiser will get the design run, but he is met right in the backfield by Hawk, and it'll be a loss of maybe 1 or 2. We're going to spot him back at around the 8-yard line, and maybe a loss of 2 there for Kaiser, and a second down and 12. A big man coming at you. Mike Houck, who is at 6'5", 280.
Yeah. Big guy coming through the middle. Both teams possess very, very large boys or men, I guess, really depending upon, what age they are. Micah Houck, 6'5", 280 on for the Watertown Arrows, and Austin Langdo, 6'1", 330 for the Govs.
Kaiser will step up. He's looking for Staley on a home run ball that he overthrows by about 3 yards, and it's going to be 3rd down and 12. And you want to, not that you need to take advantage of this turnover, but this would be a real gut punch to Watertown if you're able to get that turnover and put it into points and to go up by 4 scores here with halfway through the third quarter.
Well, especially just with kind of the pomp and circumstance with which that turnover happened, too. I mean, it was a very, very, big play in this ball game, a splash play for the Govs defense, and you got to cash in if you're the Govs offense.
Kaiser again will throw down the near sideline and overthrows Jet Zabel, trying to go over the shoulder for that pass and throw, and now it's going to be a punt upcoming here for the Governors. They go 3 and outs after that interception. Now, on the other side of it, yeah, you like to score, but you're now forcing Watertown to go back down the field again. They just went down the field and didn't put any points up. You're almost killing clock there for yourselves, up by 3 scores here in the third quarter with 6:05 to go.
Yeah, and my thought was if you're trying to work clock, maybe you just be conservative and run the football, especially with how well Lewis has run the football here tonight. But they decided to throw it and try to get the home run ball, and unfortunately came up empty, and Jet Zabel with a pretty good punt out of his own end zone, able to get it to the 44, I guess they're downing it at the 43-yard line of the Watertown, or of the Pierre Governors. So a net punt there of about 35 yards, yeah, give or take. I'll trust John's math on that. Cape Girardeau math again coming in clutch for us up here in the booth. But decent punt from Zabel. That was a high punt as well, and was able to allow Stosher to go down and cover it. Setting up 1st and 10 for the Arrows in Governor territory with 5:55 to go here in the third quarter.
1st and 10 from the Governor 43. Hemrick shotgun formation, brings Olson in motion. Now he'll step up in the pocket, roll to his right. Flag will come in, and the throw will just go out, and it'll be Ryan Royer that will make the catch, and it'll be a hold against Watertown. And Coach Royer with his first completion, or maybe first interception of the season.
Yeah, it'd be an interception since it came off the Watertown quarterback.
But they're going to accept the penalty, so that interception wouldn't count anyway. So Royer, basically like it never happened. Coach Royer doesn't get any credit at all.
Dang it.
And it's going to be 1st and 20 here for Watertown. Now they're back at the the Watertown 47-yard line. So they have to go back across midfield again with 5:49 to go here in quarter number 3.
Tried to give Coach Royer some credit on that and just give him a little shine, but wiped away by the penalty.
28-7 with American Family Insurance. Brittany Schoffelbein scoreboard. Governors lead it by 21. 3-score lead here earlier, midway point of this third quarter now. As Hudson will get the handoff on 1st and 20. He's wrapped up by Lucas Chamberlain. He is thrown down. A 2-point takedown for Lucas Chamberlain. And it's going to be a loss of 1. And it's going to be 2nd down and 21 now here for the Watertown Arrows.
Yeah, tackle behind the line there by Lucas Chamberlain, too. And like you said, wrapped up Juven Hudson and threw him to the grass here, almost like he's getting ready for wrestling season, because that was definitely a 2-point takedown there for Lucas Chamberlain. 2 points in wrestling, but we'll settle for a tackle behind the line, tackle for loss here on the football field.
Well, it is November 13th. Here's going to be a backwards pass, and now it's going to be a throw down back, looking for Hudson. Jump ball in the air. It's tipped again, and this will fall incomplete. It ended up being thrown by Marcus Pickett, looking to go back for Juven Hudson, and the trick plays are starting to come out here for Watertown, and it's now going to be 3rd down and 21. Or maybe it was Olsen. I thought maybe it was 17 that threw, but maybe it was Olsen that threw that pass, and it will end up being now 3rd down and 21.
Yeah, the 17 and the 7 are maybe our eyes are going bad up here.
Well, mine have already gone bad.
Well, but we both made that mistake, so hard to differentiate it. I think who ended up throwing it was Olsen though on that play, but like you said, that could have been disastrous for Watertown because Jet Zabel was all over that one.
Hemrick, he'll pump fake. Now he'll throw down the far side of the field. It's going to be overthrown, incomplete. And they're looking for a flag as Watertown not going to get that flag. And it's going to be 4th down here for Watertown. And after that 3 and out by the Governors, Watertown will go 3 and out. And it'll bring up 4th and 21 from the 46-yard line. 4:52 left to go here in the third quarter. And the Governors are going to have to start, I wouldn't say have to start running the football, not that they haven't at all, but really want to start killing this clock a little bit more and more with still just barely under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Here is another punt from Wenches. It'll be a Watertown bounce. That'll roll its way out of bounds at around the 30-yard line. They're going to spot at the 29, and it's going to be the Governor football again. And the Govs, again, up by 21 here with 4:52 to go in this third quarter. Not even really trying to hang on, but just trying to milk the clock now. Get themselves the Dakota Dome here next week, Friday.
Yeah, the clock is your friend if you're the Pierre Governors right now. And, I understand why they were trying to go for the home run pass in the last drive, really kind of, drive the stake in the heart of the Watertown Arrows after the turnover on the drive before. But at this point, under 5 minutes to go, you just want to, take as much time off the clock as you can, especially with the way that Trey Lewis has been running the football recently.
And now we get a whistle before the snap, and it's going to be a false start. Trey Lewis, he got going just a little bit, and not that he had a false start that should have been called a false start before, but it did look like he was trying to move himself and lean forward a little bit before the snap had a couple drives ago. And it's now 1st and 15 here from the 24-yard line with 4:42 left here in the third quarter. 1st and 15 from the Governor 24-yard line. As Kaiser will roll to his left, looking to throw the football. Now he'll throw, and he will overthrow, looking for Zabel. And it's going to be 2nd down and 15 now. And that one just a little bit too overthrown. He had Stalley maybe here on the near sideline, right at the sideline, but that overthrow nearly was too dangerous there from Kaiser.
Yeah, just kind of a boot out to the left for Kaiser and just overthrew Zabel running about a 5 or a 7 yard in route on that play. Luckily does fall harmlessly to the grass, setting up 2nd and 15 here.
Empty backfield here now for the Governors. Maybe looking for a design run for Kaiser. But 2 receivers on each side. As it's now Kaiser that will throw over the middle. The catch is made by Ty Buss. He's going to stay in bounds at around the 30-yard line. So right back to where they originally were here for Pierre. And it's going to be call it 3rd down and 9. A gain of 6 for Buss on his second catch.
Yeah, Kaiser was looking downfield, looking to try to see if he had a home run ball to hit. Didn't have anything, so he hit his check down in Ty Buss, who was running a short in route on the far side of the field, able to pick up 6 yards, setting up 3rd and 9 for the Govs here. Again, going empty backfield. They're really committing to the pass with just under 4 minutes to go in the ballgame.
2 receivers here on the near side. Empty backfield again here for Kaiser.
Third quarter.
As it is Kaiser that will run it straight up the middle. He's going to have himself a first down. He stays on his feet. He's at the 45 to the 50 before he is driven down. And a first down here for the Pierre Governors as Kaiser got to the 49 inside Watertown territory. A gain of 21 for Cade Kaiser.
Yeah, right at 20 yards there from Kaiser on the keeper. Able to get to the 50-yard line, midfield, pick up a first down. You know, he ran right up the middle and cut out to his left towards the near side of the field on the near hash. Made some guys miss, picked up a first down, and got a few more yards afterwards before he was finally brought down at midfield.
3:15 left to go here in the third quarter. Zabel will make the catch. He'll spin move. He loses about 6 yards. He's trying to pick those yards back up, and he's ended up going out of bounds. Again, I think the Governors want to try and stay in bounds. Not that they don't feel confident that they can continue to run the ball and move the ball, but again, the clock is your best friend here. 3:08 to go, and especially you still got another game next week. If you finish off the job, you want to take as few hits now down the stretch as you want to here. It's a gain of about 7 for Zabel.
Well, that's why I'm surprised that they aren't committing to the run game, you know, more on this drive. Maybe they'll do that later on in the fourth quarter once they get the ball back.
Lewis will get the handoff. He'll try and bounce it out right side. He's got a man. He's dragging him. The guy was on the ground, and Trey Lewis was taken along number 8, and was not number 8, Juven Hudson. Maybe it was number 9, Austin Johnson. He just kept pulling him forward, and ended up being actually number 5, and Simon Hendricks. And it's a first down as Lewis will get to the 40-yard line for a first down.
Yeah, again, just going back to the contact balance of Trey Lewis. First hit doesn't bring him down. You have to wrap up and, you know, really just kind of drag 26 to the ground. And like you said, he was the one that ended up kind of dragging Austin Johnson down to the ground himself after he got past the sticks for another first down for Pierre.
116 yards on the ground. Now the play clock is under 5, and the Governors are taking their time, taking some time off that clock as Lewis will bounce it out far side again. And Trey Lewis will get near the sticks for another first down. And I believe it is going to be a first down again for Trey Lewis. Another 10-yard rush here for Lewis. To the 30-yard line the Governors go. They're just picking up 10 yards at a time.
Yeah, unfortunately for Lewis, just happened to go out of bounds. He did there, which does stop the clock. But when you pick up a fresh set of downs, doesn't really matter. So nice first down gain there for Trey Lewis and the Govs. Govs have the ball set up shop at the Arrow 30 with 2:20 to go. Clock stopped here in the third quarter.
You listen to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station as Lewis, another handoff, spins off that defensive line, and he'll carry it past the 25 to around the 23. A gain of about 7 for Trey Lewis, and it's second down and short here for the Governors.
Just keep picking up chunk yardage by giving the ball to number 26. I mean, the Arrows can only stop the clock 3 times on a timeout, and you're gonna, you know, keep wanting to waste as much clock as you can.
And now under a minute to 50 to go here in the third quarter. Governors 2nd and 3 from the 23. Kaiser waiting for that play clock to go under 10 and continue to take his time. Play clock under 5 as he'll get the snap and a pitch here for Lewis on the option. He'll cut it back left side. He's got a first down, and then trying to jump on top of Trey Lewis, I believe was Spencer Wenches that time. And Lewis has got another first down And it's going to be 1st and 10 inside the red zone here for the Governors.
Yeah, Trey Lewis just continues to pick up chunky play after chunk play. That time was tackled inbounds. So the clock will continue to roll here. Under a minute and 15 seconds here to go in this third quarter. 1st and 10 for the Govs from the Arrow 14-yard line.
Again, the game clock now will roll under a minute with still over 10 seconds on the play clock. Now with 10 seconds to go, pistol formation. Lewis stays in the backfield. Mosier and Staley split out wide left side. Lewis another handoff. He'll get a nice hole left side as he'll cut it inside the 10-yard line to around the 5, near the first down markers again as he's looking for the hat trick on the ground. And that should and might take us to the end of the third quarter. It's going to be a gain of 9 again for Lewis. 151 yards now on the ground for Trey Lewis. I'm trying to figure out maybe how much time is left on this play clock if they have to run another play in this third quarter. It is down to 20 seconds of the game clock.
Yeah, we'll have to watch the back judge to see if they will start the play clock with 10 seconds. Under 10 seconds.
They don't have to run another play, but they will. Lewis will get the handoff. He'll be met in the backfield. He'll move to his left to stay up, and then he will get inside the 5-yard line as the time will expire here at the end of the third quarter. Governors with a 28-7 lead. They've got 1st and goal when we start the fourth quarter, up 28-7. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football, presented by Capital City Ford Lincoln and Toyota here on KCCR, and also watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Oahe Electric delivers high-quality, low-cost electric service to their local member owners. As a Touchstone Energy cooperative, they're committed to meeting the highest standards of customer satisfaction. Oahe Electric does business with accountability, integrity, innovation, and commitment to the community. As an electric co-op, they're part of America's most trusted network of high-quality energy providers. Oahe Electric, supporting local athletics.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the capital city area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux Avenue in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your locally owned independent auto parts store, 500 West Sioux in Pierre. Go Govs!
It is 1st and goal from the 3 as we start the fourth quarter. 28-7 lead of the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. It'll be the 11th play of the drive here for the Pierre Governors as they're trying to punch this one in from now 3 yards out, make that 2 yards out. It was a gain of 3 for Trey Lewis, 154 yards on the ground on 17 carries, 2 touchdown rushes. And then also an interception off of a tip drill and a nice diving catch by Lewis.
And make some noise.
And the Govs 12 minutes away from getting the 11 AA state championship, but also only 2 yards away from getting in the end zone to make it a 4-score lead. And nearly put the nail in the coffin of the Watertown Arrows. Pistol formation, handoff for Lewis, trying to get him into the end zone. He's trying to carry the man forward, and somehow he does it. He gets in the end zone for a touchdown. He had a man sitting on top of him, and he was able to shake him off and then dive into the end zone for a touchdown. The Governors now lead at 27-7 with 7 seconds gone by here in the fourth quarter.
Trey Lewis is one of the strongest kids out there. I can only say so many times about his contact balance that the kid is a special athlete. I know this is a disclaimer to all of the college football programs looking at him. You're getting yourself a heck of a football player if you are able to land the services of number 26 wearing Pierre Governor green. And Ryan Berry's kick makes it a 35-7 lead with 11:53 to go in the ball game. Govs 11 minutes and 53 seconds away from the Dakota Dome.
And they're going to have to steal Lewis from USF, who is verbally committed right now, but we'll step aside for 30 seconds. Listen to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR, presented by Capital City Ford Lincoln and Toyota, and also watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
AGE Corporation's Contractors and Crane Services, proud supporter of Pierre Governor football. For almost 60 years, AGE has been building South Dakota. For all your site work, construction, and crane work needs this season, AGE is here to help. Give them a call. AGE Corporation and Crane Service, 223-2732. That's 223-2732. Proud supporter of local sports.
Trey Lewis has a hat trick with 3 touchdowns, 35-7 lead with an 11-play drive, and Lewis capped it off with a 2-yard touchdown run. And he has he's been strong every single time he's had the football throughout this entire night, and every single season. This will be more of not necessarily an onside kick, but a kick into the ground, and Watertown will have it at the 40 to around the 43, 44-yard line, as that was returned by Caden Decker, number 28. And it'll be first and 10 for the Watertown at their own 43-yard line. But again, Lewis, you go back to that Yankton game, Trey Lewis had a monster game, ended up being the player of the game for us, and he's having a better game tonight than he did that night, and that was one of the most impressive games that he has had all season. But here tonight, boy, Trey Lewis, final time here at Hollister Field as a senior, and he is making sure that the Governors have at least one more game to play, and will have one more game to play at the Dakota Dome next week Friday, as long as the next 11:47 go down and the Governors keep this 28-point lead. Hudson with the toss in front, a completed pass technically for Hudson, as he'll pick up about 4 yards and make that a gain of 3 to the 44-yard line here for the Watertown Arrows.
Yeah, nice tackle there by Bucci and Trey Lewis again of Juven Hudson out in space after he picks up 3 yards on the jet sweep toss from the far side to the near side of the field. 3-yard pickup for Hudson, making it 2nd and 7 from the Arrow 46.
And that clock is running, which is the front for the Governors right now. Hudson will get the handoff. He'll go right side in between the tackles, and he'll get around a gain of about 6 to make it 3rd down and 1 from the Governor 48-yard line. 65 yards on 13 carries for Juven Hudson.
Yeah, nice job by Chance Sarda on the tackler of Hudson, but he's able to squeak through there for a gain of about 6, 3rd and 1. Didn't get the first down. Looked to our vantage point like he might have been close, but spot him just short. 3rd and 1 here for the Arrows, and they've got to get things going quickly if they want to stay in this ball game.
Hudson will get the handoff. He's going to have enough for a first down, as they'll get to around the 44-yard line, a gain of 4, and it's 1st and 10 here for the Watertown Arrows. Real quick score update, 19-19 at the end of the first half between Yankton and T-Area. Again, the winner of that game will now most likely meet the Governors of the Dakota Dome next week Friday. It's a 7 o'clock kickoff. It is the Governors that will be there. As long as they hold on for the next 10 minutes, we'll have a coverage starting at 6:30 and kickoff at 7 o'clock on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports, as we'll be live from the Dakota Dome down in Vermilion. And if it is Yankton, boy, that's going to be a raucous crowd.
Yeah.
With the Yankton only 30 minutes away, as Hemrick will step up in the pocket, but he is going to be sacked, as it was Bucci that got the tackle. Evan Anderson just had to, he stayed on one knee, so he wouldn't upend Hemrick and throw him head over tea kettle. And E.J. Bucci will get the sack and a loss of 5, and it's 2nd down and 15.
E.J. Bucci has really turned into a fantastic defensive end for the Governors. Played a little bit of backup quarterback last year as well, because the Govs like his athleticism so much. He's able to fly around the edge and tackle Hemrick behind the line for a loss of 5. 2nd and 15 for the Arrows, with the clock continuing to run, just over 9 minutes to go.
4 receivers here on the near side one lone receiver on that far side. They're going to go for a screen pass. Hudson will make the catch in the backfield as Chance Sarda was undercut on the block, and Hudson now will slide his way and dive his way for a first down. And it will be, but there is a flag at the 49-yard line back near that line of scrimmage. Is it going to be a legal man down? It's going to be a chop block.
Chop block. They were getting one of the arrows that got Sarda on that block, I think.
It didn't look good from the quick vantage point. I think they had said 54, but I don't believe that was right. Maybe it was number 64.
I think they had 65 was what
65,
I heard.
okay. Your ears are better than mine, which is not surprising. Jade Lambert is called for the chop block. There's not too many people that don't have better ears than what I do. It is going to be 2nd and 25 from the 41-yard line.
I don't think you're that, blind or deaf, are you?
What's that?
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
They have to keep backing them up. It's going to be all the way back at the 36-yard line. I was waiting for you to just say something so I can make that joke. So they're at the 36-yard line. They got to go all the way to the Governor 36-yard line. And it's 2nd down and about 30 here for the Watertown Arrows. Hemrick will drop back to pass. He's going to roll to his left. He's going to throw. It's going to be up for grabs, and Spencer Easel will get a hand to it. And it will fall incomplete, and it's going to be 3rd down and 20.
I thought that Hemrick was dangerously close to being over the line of scrimmage when he threw that pass, but I think he was. I looked at the wrong yard marker and where the official was, so he was well behind the line when he threw that. But Easland with another pass breakup, his 3rd of the ball game, and that brings up 3rd and 20, like you said, 3rd and
28.
28.
3rd and 28 from the 36-yard line.
Okay.
Got to get it to the Governor 36 here with 8:28 to go.
Third country mile.
It is a delayed handoff, and Hudson was able to break through one tackler. He gets out of the 50 to the 45, and if the Watertown Arrows are going to go for it on 4th down, they've got themselves a good spot to go for it on 4th down, as Hudson will get all the way to around the 42, 43-yard line and make it manageable here as he picked up about 21 yards on that run.
Yeah, just an inside handoff there to Juven Hudson, and he was able to break the first tackle and bounce, down the near sideline here for a big chunk play of, about 22 yards or 20 yards, a 20-plus yard run there regardless from Juven Hudson. You see why he's such an electric athlete out on the football field on that play. Regardless, 4th and 6, and the Pierre Governor faithful are on their feet because they can feel that if they get this stop here, they are almost assured to go back to the Dakota Dome.
4th and 7 from the 42. Hemrick will drop back to pass. He needs this completion. Man falls down, and Lewis in coverage. It's going to be up for grabs. Spencer Easley is going to make the interception as he's going to be down around the 20-yard line. It is a 1st and 10 for the Governors. Spencer Easley, another interception. It is 4th of the season, and the Governors will take over at their own 20-yard line.
Spencer Easlin fighting with, I think it was winches. I wasn't entirely sure. Didn't see a number after Easlin just kind of gave himself up and went down to the ground after the interception. But regardless, team or Hemrick was trying to make something out of nothing because really there was nobody open downfield, and he threw it up into one-on-one coverage between Easland and like I said, I think it was winches, but Easland able to come down with it, and the Gov defense gets another stop and gives the ball back to their offense with 8:08 to go.
This will be a handoff here for Brock Mosier on the near side. I'll make that Trevor Rounds on the near side, as Rounds will cut it here on the near side and around the 32, make that the 22-yard line, but there is a flag, and that will push the Governors back again, as this will be a hold against Pierre, and it will be 2nd down and long, or 1st down and long here for the Governors with 7:51 to go here in the 4th quarter. Pierre is within 8 minutes now of returning back to the Dakota Dome for a 7th straight year, and they will be then 1 win away from breaking the all-time record for consecutive titles here in South Dakota, trying to win their 7th in a row. West Central did it back in the mid-2000s,
Early mid-2000s.
Yeah, early mid-2000s, and it spanned over half a decade. Had to.
Yeah.
But the Governors now have they tied that record last year, and now they'll here in the next 7:30 of play time will be able then to have that opportunity to go get that 7th consecutive title. Let's be handoff again here. Up the middle it goes, and the Governors are okay to get a couple yards here and there. They want to drain as much clock as they can, as Rounds will pick up a couple yards on that carry. Called a gain of 3 for Trevor Rounds.
We do have a final in our first state qualifier this year in 11 AAA. Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots hold off a furious comeback from Brandon Valley Lynx to win 28-21 at Howard Wood Field, being the first team to punch their ticket to the Dakota Dome next weekend.
Looks like O'Gorman might be on their way here soon, up by 15 on Harrisburg. 6:40 left to go here. This will be a toss to the backfield for Rounds. He's able to get through one tackler, and Rounds will be stopped. Another good gain there for Rounds, a gain of about 3 or 4, and it's going to be with 3rd down from the 19-yard line. They're going to get to the 30, so 3rd down and 11 here for the Governors. A gain of 6 for Rounds. He's picked up 9 yards of those 20 that they need for a first down.
Yeah, in the game that most of our listening audience is curious about, Yankton T area has started the second half, still deadlocked 19 apiece with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Of course, that will be a game that Governor fans will keep their eyes on to see who their opponent will be in the Dakota Dome for the state championship.
This will be a toss here for Rounds on the far left side of the field, far side. He's not going to get the first down. He got to the 20, and that's about all he could get, as it will end up being 4th down here for the Governors, and they will punt the ball away with now 5.5 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and the other game that you can hear over on Country 95.3, Dubrook area really playing upset special. They did it last week, and now they're doing it again this week, going to Phillip from the east side of the state to western side of the state, and they've got an 18-0 lead on the number 2 seeded Phillip Scotties with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Jed Zabel on the punt. It'll be taking a bounce, and it will be picked up by the Governors at around the Watertown 48-yard line, as it was down by Keenan Scott. And another punt there from Pierre, their 3rd punt of the day. But it is still a 35-7 lead for Pierre over the Watertown Arrows with 5:04 to go here in the fourth quarter.
In other games around the state, Del Rapids, number 1 seed in 11A, is deadlocked with Sioux Falls Christian 14-14 with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. West Central, the number 2 seed, over Lennox 36-16 at halftime. Looks like the Trojans are going to go back to the Dakota Dome. Ho-hum, that's a familiar sight to the Dakota Dome. The West Central Trojans back for another chance at a state title.
Juven Hudson straight up the middle, and Hudson, he's going to go the distance. A 52-yard run for Juven Hudson, and Watertown not quite dead yet here. 4:55 to go. They get the touchdown, 35-13. Still a long way to go here in this fourth quarter, but they needed that if they're wanting to make a furious comeback in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, Juven Hudson just going between the tackles and finding the soft spot in the Governor defense, able to bounce it outside to the near sideline and, break away from everybody and sprint down the sideline and score the touchdown for the Arrows with 4:55 to go, making this a 35-13 ball game pending the kick off the foot of Riley Fisher.
So Fisher, the extra point, that'll be well through the uprights. That was a big boot there from Riley Fisher. Makes it 35-14 with 4:55 to go here in the fourth quarter. Back in 30 seconds here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports as you're listening to Pierre Governor Football, presented by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Back in 30 seconds.
Your home and business are important to you, and you need quality furnace and air conditioning products and service. With a combined 50-plus years of experience, AirTech Heating and Cooling provides you with just that service. Call 945-0160 for sales, service, and installation of furnaces, air conditioning, and heat pumps. AirTech Heating and Cooling features the American Standard products. Sales, installation, and service. You want the best, and that's what you'll find at AirTech Heating and Cooling in Pierre.
So it is a 35-14 lead on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schoffelbein scoreboard for the Pierre Governors with the Watertown Arrows. And Blake, it's 4:55 left to go in this fourth quarter. You're down by 21. I know the Governors are going to be expecting a onside kick, but if you're Watertown, you almost have to go for the onside kick.
Yeah, Governors got their hands team out there right now. You see Jet Sable out there. You see Cooper Terwilliger out there. George Staley's out there. You got Trevor Rounds. I see Spencer Easland out there as well. Cade Kaiser. You got number 7 out there. That is Carter Scheffelbein back deep. And Brock Mosier's out there as well. So Gov's got their hands team out there on the field right now.
So here's the kick. It is an onside kick. It is off of the Governors, and Watertown will pick it up. So Watertown getting some extra pulse after a touchdown run of 52 yards. Now we'll have it at their own 47-yard line with 4:52 to go. So don't go anywhere yet. This is starting to become a little bit more interesting here with the 4:52 to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, the ball just kind of bounced right off of, the kickoff was done by Tom Foley. Good job by Foley on the onside kick. Hit a hard, low bouncing ball that hit off of, I believe it was number 57 for the Governors, but I don't have a number 57 listed.
I think it was Coulter Babcock. I think he was 57 coming in. But here's another handoff for Juven Hudson. He cannot break free like he did that last run, as he'll pick up 2 yards to the 49-yard line. And it's going to be now second down and 8 here for Watertown. And that's the other thing, too, is you got to make sure that you keep moving forward, because while Juven Hudson has been your best offense and passing the ball hasn't gone so well, 70 yards on 4 of 18 throwing and 3 interceptions, you can't waste too much time here and there here for Watertown. You got to move quickly because you got to score 3 more times in this fourth quarter. Shotgun formation. Hemrick will look to pass again. The throw, nobody was there, and it's going to fall incomplete as it bounced up and in on Spencer Schonsberg, who nearly had the 4th interception of the day for the Governor defense, but it's 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, just a ball that bounced right in front of Schonsberg. He's upset that he didn't intercept that, because he was all over number 7 and Mitch Olson running that route out there for the Arrows. But like I said, kind of a throw by Hemrick that landed just in front of Schonsberg, and Schonsberg was the closest person to the ball, and so just ends up on the turf before he's able to corral it. Regardless, it's 3rd and 7 for the Arrows.
As Hemrick will go back to pass on 3rd down and long here for Watertown. Now he's going to try and pick up some yards, and he's going to just scamper out of bounds at the 40-yard line. So he picked up 1, and it's going to bring out 4th down and 7 here now for the Watertown Arrows. And again, Watertown's going to have to go for it. They're not even to give him a yard. He didn't pick up anything. It's going to be 4th down and 8. No gain for Hemrick. And here's the ball game right now for Watertown. 4:02 to go. You're down by 21. 4th and 8 from your own 49. The season hanging on the balance for the Watertown Arrows, and a trip to the Dakota Dome within grasp for the Governors. 2 receivers on each side. Shotgun formation, 3 down linemen here for the Governors. Hemrick will look to pass, quick throw, catch is made as he's going to have a 1st down for the Watertown Arrows, still on the feet. And Cohen Kranz, his first catch, will lead for a 1st down for Watertown to get to around the 41, a gain of 10 on that 4th and 8 play.
Yeah, just a nice job by Hemrick to Kranz, and they're able to connect and pick up the 1st down. Clock continues to roll, though. 3:43 to go in the ball game.
Hemrick again drops back to pass. He'll roll to his right. Still rolling. He'll throw. Catch is made by Olson on that far side. He is thrown out of bounds near the first down marker. And Olson will have his second catch. Is it enough for a first down or not, though? We got the marker down right now, and we're going to have the officials call time, get a time here to get it back up and make sure that it's enough for a first down. It is a 10-yard grab for Mitch Olson. And now 90 yards on 6 of 21 passing here for Trayton Hemrick. And it's 1st and 10 for the 31 with 3:34 to go. Clock is stopped with him going out of bounds, and Olson. Watertown season still alive again. But there is still a lot left to go for the Arrows to try and come all the way back in this game, down by 21 and running out of time with 3:34 to go.
Yeah, they made it interesting with the big run from Hudson of 52 yards, but it might be too little too late for the Arrows.
Hemrick again, he's going to roll to his right. He'll throw. That catch will be made, and out of bounds again is Watertown. Another first down, as that one will be caught by Cole Hansen. And Hansen has his first catch of the night, as he got from the 31 to where they're going to spot him at, around the 20. Make that the 17-yard line, a gain of 14.
Yeah, and I think I just heard them say that was the Watertown broadcasters that are just over to our left say that was Hansen's first catch of the year, and it goes for a first down. So big play for him there.
3:28 to go here in the fourth quarter. Shotgun formation again. Hemrick looking to pass. He started to step on the pocket. Now he throws over the middle, the tip ball, and nearly it hit the hands of Trey Lewis again. After Schonsberg was able to disrupt the pass, hit the hands of Lewis, and it drops incomplete, and it's 2nd down and 10 from the 17-yard line.
Yeah, nice pass breakup there by Schonsberg. Was looking for Olson, was Hemrick, but pass breakup by Schonsberg, and like you said, almost right into the hands of Trey Lewis again. Wasn't able to come down with it this time was Trey Lewis, and the Arrows will still set up 2nd and 10 with 3:22 to go.
Olson will move in motion to the right side of the line, then he'll cut back to the left. Hemrick will look to pass again. He has to step up, rolling to his left. He'll throw, and that's going to be too far away from his intended receiver in Crayons. And it's now 3rd down and 10. And again, Watertown's got 2 opportunities to pick up a first down, but in their season, again, the lifeline that this season has for Watertown starts to get a little bit thinner and thinner every time they get to 3rd and long in these situations.
Yeah, but luckily they were able to stop the clock there with that ball falling incomplete. So 3:15 to go, and the Govs have the Arrows 3rd and 10, and I would guess that Hemrick's probably going to throw it here again on 3rd and 10.
Hemrick will drop back to pass another time. He's going to roll to his left, trying to stay on his feet as he'll continue to roll, avoiding a sack. Somehow stays up. His throw will fall incomplete, and it'll bring 4th down. And then we get a push in the back, and that is a bad penalty for Watertown to take. This was going to be 4th and 10, but that will end up being a 15-yard penalty in the end of that play. And it was, I believe, number 68 or maybe 67 in Beauchamp that will get called for that penalty. But that will back them up 15 yards, and from their season, who just about comes to a close, it was going to be 4th and 10 for the 17. Now it's going to be 4th and 25.
Yeah, you had Mikkonen coming off the edge there that forced Hemrick up in the pocket, and Emmett Anderson was the one that I think that ended up on his back on the personal foul.
Oh, so they have 2 penalties against. They had 12 guys on the field for the offense.
An ineligible man.
Or ineligible receiver. So it is going to be backing up 5 yards to make it 3rd and 15, but then you add the 15-yard penalty on top of that, and it's going to be 3rd down and 30.
Yep. You go from 3rd and 10 to 3rd and 30, and that is an absolute backbreaker for the Watertown Arrows.
Now, the only thing that Watertown can probably be okay with right now is that they had a 5-yard penalty against him because it ends up being 3rd down and 30 instead of 4th down and 25. So you have 2 plays to try and pick up 15 yards each with 3:05 to go here in the 4th quarter. But this is 4-down territory. You're at the 37. You got to get all the way down to the 7-yard line for a first down. You're running out of time and running out of plays. 3 receivers on the near side. Trips over here left side as it'll be Hemrick that will run with the football. And well, he's going to run out of bounds for a gain of maybe 1 or 2. And it's 4th down and 28.
Yeah, that's probably the last thing you wanted to happen if you're Watertown there. Luckily, Hemrick was able to get out of bounds, but Titan Winkler, read that play all the way through and ushered Hemrick out of bounds, moving it from 3rd and 30 to 4th and 29.
So you're looking at this point being hook and ladder, something out of the ordinary to try and pick up 4th down and 29 here with 2:59 to go. Season is on the line for Watertown. They're down by 21. As Hemrick will drop back to pass. Bucci trying to get to him. There should be a hold, but they're not going to throw the flag right now. Now the throw will go to the end zone. There's a jump ball up for it, and the Governors will make the interception as it is Kate Kaiser that will make the interception to the back of the end zone, and the Governors will take over. And so it ends up being 1st and 10 for the 20 for the Governors, but it's a Kate Kaiser interception, and the Governors are 2:49 away from returning to the Dakota Dome for the 7th straight year.
Yeah, that was just kind of a jump ball that Hemrick said, I'm going to throw it up to the end zone and hope that one of my guys comes down with it. And unfortunately for him, ball lands in the hands of Kate Kaiser. I believe that is Hemrick's 4th interception of the ball game on that play, and that one ends up in the hands of Kaiser. So, like you said, he was tackled in the end zone, so it's a touchback for Pierre, 1st and 25, and there's going to be a penalty flag thrown before anybody was even set for the Govs. And they're going to call an illegal substitution because Brock Mosier came onto the field too early. I don't understand that
I think
penalty.
they just had 12 guys on the field at the time.
Okay.
So it's going to be 1st and 15 from the 15-yard line. Watertown can still stop the clock. They still have all 3 of their timeouts with 2:49 to go, but with a 21-point deficit, you might as well use them. Even though it's a 21-point game, as Trevor Rounds is the man in the backfield here. Trey Lewis will finish the night with 156 yards and 3 touchdowns and also an interception, as Rounds will nearly break that one free, but he was held by the back of his jersey. And what a tackle by Austin Johnson to save Rounds going 85 yards, and ends up being a gain of about 2 or 3 for Trevor Rounds instead.
Yeah, big time.
It's a vice grip.
Very much so. Big time saving play there by Austin Johnson. Like you said, he doesn't grab the jersey of Trevor Rounds. Trevor goes at least for a first down and maybe more.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 13 from the 17-yard line. Handoff for Rounds again. He gets it to the 30-yard line. There goes Trevor Rounds to the 45. He's past midfield before he's shoved out of bounds at around the 45-yard line in Watertown territory. And it's a big 2nd down run for Trevor Rounds to pick up a first down and pretty much seal this win here for the Governors. And they will run the clock anyway, that he was not out of bounds.
Yeah, Trevor Rounds going for a gain of about 40 yards on that one. Started up the middle, bounced it to the near sideline, picked up, like I said, just about 40 right there. I guess officially they're going to give you a 39. But regardless, first down for the Govs, big first down. Like you said, the big key there is clock will continue to run.
So it'll be 1st and 10 with 1:20 to go here in the 4th quarter. Another handoff here for Rounds. He'll spin off the tackler. He's got another first down as he's thrown down around the 20, make that the 34-yard line, a gain of 11 and a first down, and Rounds is up to 61 yards on 6 carries. after he had that big gain of near 40 yards. And the Governors are now probably just one kneel away. They can take a knee and pick up the win as they lead at 35-14. So we will see you next week Friday at the Dakota Dome for a 7th straight year. And a fun fact, Blake, back in 2018, 2017 when this all started, November 10th, 2017, November 10th of 2023, Governors have a chance to try and create history and be the first team to ever win 7 consecutive titles.
Pretty amazing.
And one more handoff here for Trevor Rounds. He'll cut it free up, and he'll get taken down around the 25-yard line for a gain of about 9. And that will take us to the end of this ball game as the Govs will advance to the Dakota Dome for the 7th straight year. One win away now are the Pierre Governors from history here in South Dakota. 35-14, Governors defeat the Watertown Arrows. Next week, Friday, it is to Vermilion we go. Home away from home to Vermilion next week, Friday. Back in 3 minutes with a post-game show. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR, presented by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota. Also watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Let Country Carpet and Flooring help you update your home or office with the latest fashion trends. With over 30 years of experience, we can help you find the right flooring or window treatments for your needs. Stop down to 414 East Sioux Avenue or call for an appointment at 224-9297 for your free consultation and estimate. Go Govs! Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. Now is the time to order your new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, plus a good selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and auto body shop with trained technicians, along with a friendly financing team that'll work with you to find the best deal and one that'll fit your budget. Wagner Auto is your local full-service family-owned dealership for over 115 years. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
At Black Hills Federal Credit Union, our top priority is providing value to our members. Since 1941, we have helped our neighbors buy homes and vehicles, finance their farms and ranches, insure their assets, and retire comfortably. From Custer to Sioux Falls, we live and work in our communities, and we treat our members like family. Visit bhfcu.com to learn more about how you can join. BHFCU is member-owned, not-for-profit, and federally insured by NCUA.
Oahe Grain in Oneida has been doing business with you, the producer, since 1954. They're one of the largest privately owned elevators in central South Dakota. Their friendly and knowledgeable team of employees is there for you. With 220-foot truck scales and 5 dump pits, they're sure to get you back to the farm quickly. They also have a 110-car shuttle loading facility and have 2 grain dryers to help serve you in all your grain handling needs. Call Oahe Grain Corporation in Oneida at 258-2811 or check them out at oahegraincorp.com. Grain is their middle name. VentureFiberNow.com is back in 2020 to serve rural Hughes County with fiber Wi-Fi to your home. If you live in rural Hughes County and were not included in the Fiber to the Home project last year, here is your chance. VentureFiberNow.com is back and ready to connect you to fiber to receive high-speed Wi-Fi internet. It is simple to sign up. Go to VentureFiberNow.com and put in your zip code and address and choose your internet package. This gets the ball rolling, and you'll be able to take the first step in getting connected to the fastest internet there is with VentureFiberNow.com.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
As we welcome you back here, we are in the post-game show. The Pierre Governors picked up the 35-14 win over the Watertown Arrows and advanced to the 11AA state championship. As we welcome you back here, John Wickler alongside Blake Dean, as we will get our players of the game and we'll talk to the Governors who are Moving on to the Dakota Dome for another year, as our first player of the game will be Cade Kaiser, the quarterback who threw for 132 yards. He ran in a touchdown as well with 42 yards or 41 yards rushing. And Cade, take us through this game a little bit. How's it feel to be back at the Dakota Dome, going back to the Dakota Dome next week, Friday?
It's a great feeling. I mean, it never gets old. You can do it as many times as you do in your lifetime, and it still feels even better than the last. But I was really proud of how our defense played in the first half because offensively I struggled. I'm not going to lie, I put in black and white. I got a little rattled mentally, and it affected my physical game, but I have great teammates who pick me up and keep my head straight. And coming out into the second half, we really responded as a team, and our defense still played hard and got us those stops. Tremendous work from the defense for getting all the turnovers tonight because those were a huge turning point in the game as well.
Yeah, and to your point, Cade, I mean, tonight really showed how well you guys play football because it wasn't just one phase. It wasn't just the passing attack tonight. It wasn't just the rushing attack tonight. It wasn't a big defensive effort. It was a complete team effort, and I think that's one, like you said, it really speaks to the quality of the team and obviously why you guys are going back to the Dakota Dome for a 7th straight year. But like you said, what makes this team so special? Is it because you guys are so well rounded that you guys are going back for a 7th straight year?
Words just really can't describe. There's no one thing I can say to describe this football team because, the team chemistry we have after playing 14 consecutive years or how many ever years it is playing football together, it's unmatched. We go out there, if one thing's struggling, the other guys are picking each other up, no matter if it's offense, our run game, our pass game, or the offensive line. It doesn't matter what's going wrong during the game. We always got people picking each other up and giving us reasons to keep going and to never quit.
Right now, it's a 26-25 lead for Yankton over T to start the fourth quarter. And so one of those two teams, you're going to play them again. I know that you don't care who you play. You want to go and you get a chance to go play one of them. But what do you expect from either one of those teams going into next Friday?
I expect a good team no matter who it is. They're going to be making changes as well as we are. They're going to be preparing for our pass game probably a little bit more, but they still got to respect our run game as we proved tonight. We'll go down the field and run it down your throats.
Absolutely. And kind of on a personal note for you, Cade, last football game here at Hollister Field for you as a senior, what has playing for not only the Governor football program, but for in front of the community and this fan base meant to you after all these years?
It means a ton. Coming out here and playing in front of a packed crowd every night, it's unbeatable. Not many kids get to do that, and not many kids get to be a part of such a special team with such a special community supporting that team behind them. And we wouldn't have the success we have without these people sitting in the stands.
Well, 7 years. Where were you at 7 years ago? I know you probably were at the game, but where were you 7 years ago watching this Governor team win their first state championship?
I was ball boying.
I was going to say, were you still ball boying at that point?
Yes.
I thought so. Okay.
Yeah, I think the first one was my last year, but no, I was on the sidelines learning the sticks at a young age when I didn't even realize it. But
well, from ball boy to now starting quarterback in the state championship, Pierre Governor team going to that state championship. Congrats on this win, and looking forward to next Friday down at the Dakota Dome.
Absolutely, appreciate it.
That is Cade Kaiser, our first player of the game. That's going to be a fun question to ask all these guys here, what they were doing 7 years ago when all this started. Spencer Eastland, who already doesn't seem like he knows where he was 7 years ago, probably doesn't know where he was 7 days ago either. No, but anyway, you get a pick an interception here. Again, you lead the team with 4 interceptions, but this defense, again, 14 points given up, 7 points other than that last run. How special has this defense been all season? What made this defense so special again tonight?
That team chemistry, the practice every day, locking in. You get in there, you go, you grind, you get out. Next practice, and then you get to the game. We put up a lot of zeros, and I think our defense is one of the best ever. But yeah. I guess
Trey Lewis is on the PA mic.
Kind of messing me up there.
Yeah, he's got the wrong mic in his hands right now.
Yeah, Spence, what was the game plan tonight against Watertown? Obviously, you know that they had a very powerful running attack, and that was probably the big key. And Did you guys, was the focus tonight to try to make Himrick kind of throw the ball and get the ball downfield? Because, not only are you guys stout up front, but you guys have one of the best back ends in 11AA.
Yep. On film, that's 22, Spencer Wenches, they've been kind of tossing up to him in that Aberdeen game. He had a good game.
Sure.
So we just kind of been locking him up there. But, yeah, get their nose in there when Juven runs the ball. But, we're trying to get him to throw it up because those interceptions, throw it up, you can go out and get it. But, we're just kind of ready for whatever because, they're trying to do different stuff against every team is.
Well, we're going to ask you the two questions that we just asked Kate too. But what is playing here at Hollister Field in front of this Pierre community for not just Governor football, but just in general for Pierre being able to play football here? What has this meant to you?
The fans are amazing. The support, the family, the friends, your teammates, the community, everything is just everybody's coming to the game, supporting 7 times state. I feel like that dome is going to be packed with the community of Pierre. It's just amazing. Been great to play for them.
So, do you remember where you were 7 years ago?
Probably in the stands with my mom, and maybe a student section back there messing around eating popcorn, probably not watching the game.
Because that'd be 5th grade? You would have been 5th grade?
I was probably running around behind the student section being a little dummy. Not knowing what's going on.
5th or 6th grade.
Yeah.
One of the two.
We get to watch you one more game. Hopefully you're not a dummy next week. but hey,
and I was just going to say, the same question goes to you too, Spence. What's regardless of if it's Yankton or T, what do you expect from either of those teams?
Like Kate said, they're probably going to try and switch it up, but I think T's a lot more heavier run.
Yep.
And Yankton likes to throw that ball a lot, and we'll be locked up on either one and be ready for whatever comes at us. So.
As a DB, you're hoping it's Yankton, though, aren't you?
More plays.
I was going to say that I know you don't want to. You're not going to pick which team you want to play, but as your the position,
especially coming from that snowy, cold T game, I didn't like that. That was miserable.
Well, congrats on the win, and good luck next Friday at the Dakota Dome.
Thank you.
That is Spencer Easlin. Let's pass along here to Jed Zabel, who had a rushing touchdown. And Jed, how do you like running the football out of the quarterback position? Is it fun? Or do you send a couple of texts to Peyton and say, "Hey, I'm a better quarterback than you were at Pierre," or do you give him a little bit of some stuff after that? But how do you enjoy being the quarterback every once in a while running the football?
Yeah, it's fun. Got some bigger dudes coming in with me, so it's pretty easy running the ball behind them, and just ultimately really fun with that. But then, I just talked to Payne, just said you got to be dominant before the game, but I didn't talk about being a quarterback.
That's fair. That's fair, Jet. Yep. Opportunity for you to play some defense tonight. Was that part of the script? And if so, what was your mentality coming into tonight?
Yeah, I think the plan all year was play me on defense when we need you. You don't really want me to go two-way, just get really banged up at the start when we don't really need me. Just need me in the playoffs. But ultimately it was fun, kind of a different atmosphere with that, and just got to get more condition with it going into the dome.
Well, you get a chance to play either T or Yankton. I know you're not going to prefer one or the other, but as we mentioned with the other guys, what do you expect from either one of those teams next week?
Yeah, T's going to try to do what they do, try to throw up the ball, some random passes, and they're just going to try to run the ball hard and be more physical. But Yankton's going to be more pass-heavy, run the ball some, but I'd rather play T in a heartbeat.
Well, unfortunately, Jet, that looks like you're not going to get your wish.
There's still time.
There's still 5 minutes left in the fourth,
game.
But Yankton did just score another touchdown, up 33-25 now. But we'll save that question for another day. But regardless, you're another one of the seniors that's up here tonight. We'll ask you the same question I've asked the other two. What has playing in front of this community meant to you over the 13, 14 years that you've been playing football?
Yeah, it's been feeling good. Feel good to represent the family just in a good way, just having fun with that. Ultimately, just playing in front of all these great fans, they come out and support every game no matter what weather it is, and I'm just happy to be here and happy to go into the Dome again and continue the legacy.
So now 7 years ago, were you a ball boy as well, and
yep.
Watching brothers play? Maybe not one brother starting to play yet. He might not have been in high school quite yet either. Well, or maybe he was. Maybe he would have been in high school.
I think he might have came in for Mike J because he did something to his finger.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
sure.
That's right. Because Peyton was the quarterback,
right.
and Gray was had to snap the ball to him to kneel down in that first state championship of all of it. So, hey, congrats on the win, and looking forward to seeing you guys play next week Friday in Dakota Dome. we get the Watertown guys saying no more Zabels. I think that's a lot of what the rest of the state likes to say too. They don't want the Zabels anymore. Trey Lewis, our last player of the game, and might be. I don't want to take anything away from the other three guys we talked to, but saving the best for last right now because you got a hat trick and touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, 156 yards rushing on 18 carries, a diving interception that had to be one of the most fun interceptions of anybody's life. How much fun was that diving interception?
It was really fun. I mean, I just saw the ball in the air and I would have made a play on it. So,
I mean, that's what you guys probably do in practice. All the tip drills and stuff that
drills.
Just makes it so much more fun.
Yep. Tip drill finally paid off.
I was going to say, got the good recipient of that one too, Trey. And on top of those stats, I had you for at least 3 tackles, probably more. There's probably ones that I missed in there, but pass breakup as well. So just stuff in the stat sheet in every way possible tonight. Was there? Obviously, there's not an extra motivation factor tonight because if you guys win, you're back at the Dome again. But was there some added juice that you had coming into tonight, maybe more so than everybody else? Did you know that you were going to have to be the guy to kind of carry the load here tonight?
I mean, I didn't know I was going to be the guy. We always have weapons, and I mean, whoever's hot is hot, and we're just going to keep feeding them. But I knew it was my last game. I had to go put everything down out there, and I left everything out on the field. Jaden Wiebe was giving me some motivation before the game, so I'll give credit to him.
There you go.
Well, hey, I've not seen Jaden Wiebe give too much motivation, but it worked. He probably needs to give more motivation out to more guys.
Oh, I was gonna say Jaden Wiebe.
Yeah, he's
from the baseball side of things. He was one of the catalysts as far as the Governor baseball team from state championship last year because he was. Heckling everybody from the dugout.
He was the chirper. So.
Oh yeah.
But again, your 3 touchdowns, interception, all the tackles you had. What was the most impressive thing that you saw, whether it be from yourself or from this team? The most impressive thing about this win here tonight?
I mean, our scheme was just really good. We knew they were going to back everybody up. We'd run the ball. If they were going to keep bringing people in, we just throw it over top of them. And, I mean, our line did so good at opening up gaps for me, and we knew where the cutback lanes were and everything, so everything just panned out really good up front.
I'll ask you the same question I've asked all the other 3 seniors that have been up here tonight, Trey. What has this community playing at Hollister Field meant to you over the course of your football career?
I mean, it's great. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. I've been down here since 2013 being ball boy when we first made it to the Dome, and it's just something I'm going to miss, but something that I've loved over the past how many years of my life.
So 7 years ago then that you were also on the field as a ball boy and got to see the start of all this. And, I mean, anything that you remember from that first of the 7?
I don't know. Not really. I remember I want to be a part of it someday, and I have been able to, so fortunate for that.
I was going to say, and you say you were a ball boy in 13 as well?
All the way back to 13 when
back
Poppingas
to 13 when Poppingas were here, and that was the senior year of yours truly. In the high school section there, so that was a raucous atmosphere. First championship for Pierre in the Dakota Dome as far as that goes.
That was Titletown year.
That was Titletown year because not only was it football, it was girls golf, it was basketball, boys basketball, and wrestling as well. Yep. So big year for that class.
Well, one final question too. You get yanked under T next week. I know you're not going to say who you rather play, but what do you expect for either one of those teams going into next Friday?
I mean, we know if we get T, they're going to be throwing the ball, T running the ball. Yankton, they're going to be throwing the ball, but I mean, we're ready for whoever we get, and we're just going to go out there and play football.
Well, congratulations on the win, and good luck next Friday at the Dakota Dome.
Thank you, guys.
That is Trey Lewis, as we will welcome in the head coach here in Steve Steele in the 35-14 victory for the Pierre Governors over the Watertown Arrows. And, Coach, your thoughts here on this win tonight over Watertown?
It was awesome.
Can you explain a little bit more?
Very well summed up, Coach.
It was a good night. I think, again, another complete victory. I think all areas had a good moment to shine here and there, and ultimately we found a way to pull away towards the end, which was our goal. And I think the guys did a great job grinding out the game on both sides of the ball, finding ways to cause some turnovers on defense, and just kind of, again, taking over the line of scrimmage as the game went on for the offense.
And I know that was the big key for you tonight, Coach, was you talked about, the team that won this game was going to be the team that, controlled the line of scrimmage, both on offense and defense. And that was really you guys throughout the majority of the game because, Trey Lewis goes for 150 plus rushing, and their defense, their rushing attack on the other side, apart from the big run from Hudson, really didn't get a whole lot going on the ground. Really forced Watertown into throwing situations, which panned out in your guys' favor. And I would agree with your pregame assessment that you guys were the ones that controlled the line of scrimmage and was the big thing that ultimately led to your victory tonight.
Yeah, it was, and that was our challenge to the guys. Obviously, we obviously struggled with Brandon Valley's size when we played them, and Watertown they're a very big offensive line and defensive line too. So it was great to see those guys really find ways to continue to work through that, and again, overall take over the game as the game went on.
Penalty-wise, for both teams, it wasn't the sharpest, but going, obviously, you mentioned it too. A win is a win. It doesn't matter how you do it. You got to make sure that you get the win, but probably something that you want to see a little less of going into next Friday.
Yeah, there was a lot of penalties on both sides. That's some crews they call a lot, some crews they don't call a lot. They did a good job being consistent. They were on the side that called a lot, and the guys did a good job rolling with the punches, finding ways to overcome, and obviously, like I said, taking advantage when they had their penalties.
We can't ask you the exact same questions because. Because you're not done here at Hollister Field. Those seniors are done, but we know exactly where you were 7 years ago because you're on the sideline for this team. But 7 straight years now going to the Dakota Dome, and a lot of these guys said it too. It never got old. It's never old. They enjoyed from the first year that they're there this year to this last year that they're now going. This time, being the 7th time that you go in a row, that feeling still has not gotten old, has it?
No, and it's one of those things, and we've told our kids this. I know my wife and I have talked about it a lot too. Of we have to savor these moments. As much as you want to say it, it's happened every year, so it's easy to say it doesn't happen every year when we've gone 7 in a row. But there's a lot of places that don't get to enjoy this. Once, twice, ever. It's important to just as a human to appreciate the moments as they come. And obviously take advantage when we get down there.
Well, and to your point, Coach, you said, or we just talked about this kind of in the pregame show that this is Watertown's first trip to the semifinals in 10 years, and the last time that they got this far, they were playing Pierre in the Dakota Dome 10 years ago. But as far as your run and obviously being the most successful or the winningest coach in Pierre Governor football history. What is every year you guys have had a saying that kind of has been the motto for each team. This year's motto is be the mountain. What is it going to take for you guys to reach the summit of the mountain in the Dakota Dome next weekend against whether it is T or Yankton down there next Friday night?
It's just going to be one great week of team effort. We talked about it at the start of the playoffs. You got to do everything right. Whether you're at school, at practice, at home, do everything right for 3 weeks. If you do everything right for 3 weeks, you get to hold the correct trophy at the end of it.
Well, coming up on Friday, there's still time left in that game.
Yep.
Yankton leads 33-25, about 4 minutes to go. T's got the ball, so still a possibility of that game not being quite done yet. But obviously, I know that you don't care who you play. You're going to prepare for Yankton if you play Yankton. You're going to prepare for T if you play T. But what do you expect before we actually know who it is? What do you expect from either team?
Yeah, Yankton, it'll be a crazy fun game, I think, if it's Yankton. Just, perfect weather inside the dome, obviously. Up-tempo offense that can throw it around. And, Yankton's 20 minutes away. It'd be a de facto home game for Yankton where they can bring everybody. And should be an electric atmosphere. And if it's T, we've seen that 2 years in a row. We know what we'll get from T. It'll be the same type of stuff. And we'll have to stop the run and find ways to move the ball.
Well, congratulations. Another trip to the Dakota Dome coming up next Friday. Get a chance to talk a little bit about it more coming up on Wednesday at Coach's Corner, and absolutely we get another chance to talk about it on Coach's Corner.
I was going to say, you just get to talk to him consistently for like 7 or 8 months, Coach.
Yeah, he hates it too. It is one of his worst things. No, he enjoys it.
I was going to say, but you're not disagreeing.
He enjoys it. He thoroughly enjoys it. He misses the time after we stop Coach's Corner and football season's over and hockey season's over. And never mind. But congrats on the win. We'll talk to you Wednesday, and good luck next Friday at the Dakota Dome.
Thanks, guys.
That is head coach Steve Steele of the victorious Pierre Governors. as the Govs take it 35-14 over the Watertown Arrows as they get a group picture down on the field right now with a couple of guys. But it is, I'm not sure. Wasn't sure exactly. I think it is just taking pictures down there. But anyway, Blake, to wrap things up here, your final thoughts on this Governor win over the Watertown Arrows.
Yeah, big win tonight. Like Coach said in the pregame, was really kind of exactly how things played out. The team that won the game tonight was the team that won the line of scrimmage, and that was Pierre Governors, both on the offensive side and the defensive side of the ball. They, opened up running lanes for Trey Lewis to go for officially 156 yards on the ground, on top of the 70 that Trevor Rounds pitched in. Jet Zabel had 7, Cade Kaiser had 42, and just a collective effort from the offensive line on the run game, and then the defensive line for the Govs really overpowered the Watertown Arrow offensive line for the majority of the game, and were able to force them into more throwing situations than they were probably comfortable with. Obviously, their big strength coming in was the run game, and like I said, the defensive line from Pierre just overpowered the Arrow offensive line, and that forced the hand of the Arrows to have to throw the ball. And like I said, the big thing there is the back end from Pierre held up when the Arrows had to throw the ball. They threw it, like 4 interceptions tonight for the Govs, and that was the deciding factor in the ball game tonight, and why the score ended up being a 35-14 win in favor of Pierre. And by the looks of it, we've got the live stream up of the Yankton and T area game from down in Yankton. Yankton just intercepted T with 53 seconds to go, so it looks like it is going to be the Yankton Bucks squeaking out an 8-point win over the T area Titans. So it will, as Yankton's going to kneel this one out here, so it's going to be a Pierre versus Yankton championship, and if the Govs are able to pull out the same result that they did earlier this season, it will be 7 straight for the Govs.
So the Govs are going to be at the Dakota Dome again next Friday, and they will take on the Yankton Bucks for the 11 AA state championship. Yankton will get back to the state championship for the first time in about 8 years or so. I think last time they were there, they beat Pierre in overtime to win the state championship. So it will be Pierre and Yankton again, the Dakota Dome next week Friday, as the Govs will travel down to Vermilion. Yankton will shift over to Vermilion, and it will be a fun and raucous crowd at the Dakota Dome next week Friday, as the Govs will take on the Yankton Bucks at 7 o'clock next week Friday.
I will say that was the last time that these two teams played in the Dakota Dome, to your point, John. One of the greatest games I've ever seen, because I believe it went to overtime, and both teams scored. Yankton had the ball first. They scored and kicked the extra point. Pierre then scored, and they went for 2 to win the game rather than kick the extra point. And they threw a pass to the back of the end zone. I think it was Brevin Kaiser, who's now an assistant coach for the Govs as a senior quarterback, ended up trying to get the ball to Joe King, who was a junior tight end at the time, and the ball was punched away by a Yankton defender right at the last second, because it looked like Joe King was gonna come down with it pretty easily. But heck of a play, from what I recall, by a Yankton defender to punch it out and get the Bucks the state championship in that football game. But let's hope it doesn't come down to overtime next weekend. Obviously, we hope for a great game, but if it comes down to a late game heroics like that, let's hope that the green and white are on the right side of that one.
So the Govs will take on Yankton next week Friday in the 11 AA state championship, as the Yankton beat T 33-25. Pierre wins 35-14 here against Watertown. Back on the air 6:30 next week Friday. We're looking at a 6 o'clock first serve on Thursday between Pierre and Aberdeen Central in the Sodak 16. But we'll have that game on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. We'll have the 11 AA State Championship game here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports as the Govs be looking for their 7th straight state championship. For Jen Hanna back at the station and Blake Dean, John Winkler here signing off. Governors are back to the Dakota Dome next week Friday as they will they take on the Yankton Bucks. We'll have that game for you. Governors win it tonight 35-14 over Watertown as we say so long from Hollister Field.
You've been listening to Pierre Governor Playoff Action presented by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota. Governor Athletics is brought to you on KCCR by Access Health, Zander Auto Parts, AGE, Wagner Auto, Weatherall, First United Methodist Church, Fisher Rounds, AirTech, Barber Chemical and Barber Farm Services, Venture Communications, River Bottom Sanitation, Black Hills Federal Credit Union, Gales Gas, Cone Egg, Rising Hope Counseling, Awahi Grain, American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, Brett Spray Service, Awahi Federal Credit Union, Leisure Palace, Lariat Lanes, Faith Lutheran Church, Awahi Electric, The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites, Graham Tire, Country Carpet and Flooring, Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, and Farting Electric. Join us next time for more Pierre Governor Sports on your home for the Pierre Governors, KCCR, and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This has been a special presentation of